Thank you, Kevin McLeod and Incompetech.com for that lovely dance beat. Oons, 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 oons.
Yeah, sorry for butchering it at the end there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, the original plan for that was I wanted to add in like a bunch of just like goofy stuff at the end, but it's
Instead,
just kind of like
instead it went to
it's
foghorn.
well.
B-O.
Well, I mean, I still want to do that, but it's like that's the only thing in there, and I've just been, like the, about as lazy about it with as Frank is with the making an intro to begin with.
Ooh,
Well, I
shots
never.
fired. Pew, 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 pew.
I never. I do declare. You, sir, are an asshole.
You take off your glove and slap me with the glove.
A glove slap is a little slap slap. Simpsons reference.
So, hi everybody for whatever.
Hey everybody!
Yeah, what? I'm back. Did you miss me?
Yeah, we waited
Hold
to
on,
do
I'm
the
waiting.
show.
I'm waiting for them to say whether or not they missed me.
With every shot so far.
Oh. Oh boy.
No, they said don't do the show without Frank, so we just like the whole world stopped.
Yeah, you just sit there and okay, we'll wait.
Yeah.
So let's see what everybody in the room's been up to.
Well, you get to go first, since we're all anxious to hear.
You're the one who has stuff to report, Frank. You've been gone for a while, so you go
Okay.
first.
I went to Florida, and I laid on the beach.
No, you went. You went to a secret. What do you call it, Ben?
A secret underground bunker.
Yeah.
Yes, a secret underground bunker in Florida. But I laid on the beach. I floated in the pool. I walked into the ocean.
You put a floater in the pool. What?
Yes. I just had I happened to have my inflatable Ian doll there, and I huffed and puffed and blew him up, and then I
Where's the pump in the inflatable Ian doll exactly?
up his ass.
Really? And not the place I was expecting to see it. But okay.
That's where it ended up.
So you gave your inflatable Ian doll a rim job, is what you're saying?
No. Anyway, but yeah, I went to Florida.
Sorry, I could kill the show at a couple comments. So
sorry I didn't bring you guys any kind of
Florida, Frank, tell us all.
Well, it's still hot.
Hold on, my headphones aren't working right again.
Okay, so it was hot, but not too hot, and there were less bugs this time. Last time we went to Florida, we called them no-see-ums because you don't see them, and they get you, and you're like, where the fuck's the fucking bug? But didn't have any of that. Delicious food the whole time we were there. Beautiful big house right off the beach. You just walk out, and there it is. There it is.
Now, I was meaning to ask you, is this like the same house you go to every time or whatever?
No. We went to one house, and then we went to the same company. I think it was a different house, and then we
was it like a condo or something?
Yeah, it's big. It's a big ass house. There's like 10 of us there, and last time we went to North Carolina, and then this is a different company, and this one's just like, well, we're gonna have to go back to this house because it was only like 2 years old, so it was brand new, and everything was nice, and
it's nice.
I had a 55-inch TV in my room. There was a 75-inch TV in the living room. There was Wi-Fi, but it sucked.
Oh, is that why you couldn't join us?
Yeah, that's why. It wasn't because I was on vacation.
No, actually, now that I think about it, asking what Frank's been up to was probably a dumb question because you pretty much said that you're just going to sleep.
Yes. Well, one day I slept most of the time, but the other days I tried to get out and like go to the beach, lay out in the sun.
Your wife made you.
No. I just like I wanted to because you don't. There's no fucking sun here in Ohio. It went away. It's on vacation. So it was like 80 degrees every day there. So why the fuck wouldn't I lay out in the, in the sun, try and get. I put sunblock on, and I only got a few little spots where I didn't get complete coverage that got any kind of burnt to them at all. Everything else, I got a little bit of a sun. My wife got actual tan. I come back and everyone's like, "You go out into fucking Florida and come back paler than you left." I'm like, "Well, no, I've got some color."
Well, you see, I'm a vampire, so
Mhm.
you're racist against my people.
Yeah, but
So basically, you went to other places to sleep
no. I went to the
on the
beach. I
sun.
laid on the beach and went to the pool. And we drove through Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama. We went to Kentucky to visit our in-laws and ride down with them. Went to Gainesville first because we had to go listen. We had to go visit two of our listeners. Hi, if you're listening.
Hello.
Yeah, they said they listened while you guys were gone.
Oh, really?
They're
Yeah,
so
taking
you're-
a break.
you guys were on, and
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The Wi-Fi. If you were the only one in the house, cool. If everyone was there, because we had like Netflix on all the smart TVs had Netflix in them, so everyone was watching it. Everyone was doing shit with their phones. So when no one was in the house, you could get 4 megabits down. If everyone and their brother was on it, you would get maybe 1. And I tried to stream, like there were Twitch streamers I tried to watch while I was away, and when I flipped it just audio only, I couldn't even listen to it. It would go,
Oh.
and I'm like, well, even if I wanted to be on the show, which I didn't, I couldn't. And second,
This is your show, Frank. Think about that for a minute.
that's right. I was on vacation from everything. And then second, there was a couple in the bedroom next to us with kids. Well, a kid. I didn't want to keep them awake trying to do the show in paper thin walls. Shut the fuck up in there.
Well, I mean, I will say our show is a dedication. I mean, it is kind of a lot to ask of people to, like sit here for 3 or 4 hours to listen to us. I mean,
Yeah,
like that's why, like, if I miss the show, it'll take me a while to even get to it.
Yeah, it's a taxing venture. I mean, yeah, you could just pop in if you're, just on headphones for like a little bit, but like there was no, and when we were driving, there was definitely no way I was going to be in the car. Hi, everybody. We're in the car going fucking 80 miles an hour down the highway. No, I'm not doing any of that shit. But
Well, I do have to ask though, has a drop of water hit your body though? Or did you actually go into like the ocean and stuff? And
I said I
splash
went
around,
into
be
the
like-
ocean, Ian.
I just thought I was just wondering because I thought like a lot of people just like to go and get sun there. They're like, I don't want to touch that
I
water.
had a nice view out my window while I sat and watched TV.
No, we
the
had a
entire
pool.
time.
We had a pool at our house, but like I also went out to. I would go out to the beach, lay out until I couldn't stand it, and then I'd walk out into the water until I realized this shit's fucking cold, and then I turned back around, and then I'd lay back out, and then I'd go back over to the house and lay at the pool until I said I'm going back to the room, and then go back to the room and take a shower and go to sleep, and that was my day. So,
Yeah, I know like a lot of women, they'll just go to the beach or whatever. They just like, go there to get sun, They don't even touch the water or anything.
right. Well,
Water, never touch.
you got to remember, fish fucking it. Fish fucking
Frank,
it.
I
It's
was
our
trying
show.
to save you
And
guys.
crap and pee in it.
I was trying to save you
Yeah.
guys some monetary, some
Uh-huh.
monetization. But
My favorite food reviewing channel, they're demonetized. They said that 200 of their videos have been demonetized.
well,
for
considering,
food
Frank,
reviews.
how many of their videos
Food.
have vomit warnings on the front of them?
Not 200.
Yeah, the rest it's all just surprises.
Yeah. Well, but anyway,
You reminded me though, Frank, about the Wi-Fi stuff. I wanted to ask you: did you get your increase? Because we're both Spectrum, and I got a thing in the mail saying that, you have 100 down now, and like, okay, I tested, and it was more than that. It was like 120 I got with the speed test.
No. The last time I did a speed test, it was nowhere near that. They have a thing that says upgrade available, and I'm like, so you say the minimum's 100, but I'm still only getting. I was paying for 80. I was only getting about 60. Maybe I would get 80 like once, but if they say their minimum is 100, I mean, I did a speed test. I wasn't getting anywhere near that, so I don't know. My also my old router I have here, I've been using it as a Wi-Fi extender, so that I could get on 5G upstairs here instead of like no signal at all because my router's down on the first floor. It crapped out. I came back this week and it's just done. It won't even blink up. You know, you push the pin in the back to set it to factory settings, and it doesn't even light up. So I'm going to have to get an actual Wi-Fi extender. So I don't know, but as far as I know, the speeds haven't been that fast.
Well, I mean, I think you should be getting it. I could forward you the email that I got, and maybe you could look into it. Because
let me do a test
I
while I'm
think you're
talking to you.
supposed to be getting that now.
Well, I mean, it says, they've sent us letters and shit saying, you're available to get 100 down minimum. And I'm like, well, I've not been getting that. Yeah, it says I'm getting between 30 and 50 right now, 45.
That is between 30 and 50.
Yep, 46, I think. Yeah, 45.88 was the down.
You got to get up to get down.
And 3 point something is my up. Nope, 4. But we have to call them anyway because we were thinking about trying their streaming television shit because even though we have Sling, we don't get the local channels with anything but the antenna. And if we could do it digitally, that'd be cool. But, who knows?
Okay, here. Yeah, we've increased your internet speed at no cost to you.
Well, I want that shit.
Um,
I gotta give them a call anyway. Did they give you a free Wi-Fi modem?
well, I mean, I'm renting theirs. I mean,
Yeah, they put in the paper they gave us that they're, you get a free router. I'm like, I already got one because I didn't want to rent the shitty one from Time Warner. Mine's better. But anyway, yeah, and I've been playing a little bit of a Wolfenstein 2. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, that's the one.
You say you got the box right there, and even you're like, that mess is so bad on there. I'm not even trying to go through it.
Well, no, I've got a bed pushed up against the wall over here, so I have to climb on the bed, and not to get graphic or anything, but I have my laundry on there. So no, I'm not gonna do it because Ian's like, oh, why don't you get down and show it to us? I'm like, no. I about broke my neck climbing over there and put it on. I'm not, because it's back there and it's on the top of a shelf. I'm not playing a monkey just to get a box down.
That's with the available light there. It's hard to tell what anything's going on there.
Yes. Well, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'd see a picture of it. But if you don't, that just means you're a horrible person. That's all.
Why don't you just tell them where they can follow you on Instagram, Frank? I'm sure
oh, that'd be Hot Rod 54 Chevy.
Okay.
Hey, you're a terrible person if you don't follow this guy.
Yes. It's just, means you're a bad person. That's all. But
you're a bad person for not choosing him out of the other millions of Instagrams.
To be fair, that makes like 99.9% of humanity bad people.
Hey, I have one of the few black NASCAR drivers following me for out of nowhere. He liked some pictures I posted, and then it said he's following me. So I'm like, cool. I don't give a rat's ass about NASCAR, but you're one of the few not redneck drivers. Cool.
Awesome.
Might be a redneck if you're Frank.
I are one. So, anyway, what's Ian been up to?
Not a whole lot. I've been drinking this. I was meaning to talk about this.
Oh, the new
this
game
is
fuel.
this is the blue game fuel. They have this, and then they have a yellow one.
What's it taste like?
Actually,
Blue
it tastes
Blue.
it tastes kind of like a cross between Baja Blast and that Voltage, which is probably what they just did. They just probably dumped the
Just
two
pour the shit
together.
in there. Kids won't know the fucking difference.
It's
They don't
more
taste
blue.
this shit anyway.
Here's
Is that
some
what you
more
got there,
blue.
Ben?
What?
Is that what you got too?
Yeah.
What's he got?
Yeah, just a black label.
Oh, I got a.
I'm not all fancy and hoity-toity like you guys.
Ooh.
Now they're going to be mixing those labels together, probably.
Well, I told him the new Mountain Dew Christmas edition is regular green Mountain Dew and code red because red and green Christmas. It's stupid, but
Sounds like when you're making scissor.
it's a bit of some scissor. No, I went downstairs and I got a Baja Blast can, and then I was like, wonder when this expired. Oh, last December. Oh well, it's still good. It's sugar water.
Hey, people still sell it, right? That must make it good.
People still sell Coke too. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's the job.
So that's all you've been doing is drinking your Mountain Dew, huh, Ian?
No, I've just been doing that, trying to catch up on some like TV shows and stuff. Like I was telling Ben I've been watching that Gotham show. Watching
Binge
that.
watching?
And then, yeah. Binge watching stuff. I'm looking forward to binge watching that Punisher show that's coming out
Oh.
on Netflix.
What about Benjamin? What have you been up to?
Not too much. Doing art stuff. Working on projects, timelines, trying to get shit done. So yeah. Same old, you know. So is that everybody's caught up with everybody now?
That's all that ever happened in the world. The end.
Well, you can
That's
talk,
all, folks.
You talk about that link that you sent us about that
Oh.
Brennan review or whatever.
Well, Clip Studio Paint just recently came out on the iPad Pro, so a bunch of digital artists are like, wait, so it's pretty much equivalent to the desktop version. I mean, it's free for a couple months and then it's subscription based, like $8.99 a month. So, you know, Ray Friendon, the guy who made all those really awesome Clip Studio Paint brushes, and he does reviews of a lot of different hardware. He posted reviews of using it because he's got a couple surfaces, a couple Cintiqs, a whole bunch of off-brand tablets to try and compare them and beat the crap out of them, see which one's the best arting machine. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I'm still trying to decide what my next rig's gonna be because I'm still kind of leaning towards a Mobile Studio Pro, but it's like, well, an iPad Pro is a lot cheaper. Might be a nice thing to have, if not be my main rig of it,
Well, you mean for like a portables thing? You're saying?
Yeah, just something to, a thing to work on.
I was thinking that'd be cool, like with the iPad Pro with the pencil, like that'd be cool to maybe start growing like a large collection or something if you could keep that on like a cloud or whatever, so you have like like one place for all your brushes and shit. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things he talks about in the review is that he uses like Google what's their thing for storage?
Google Drive.
Yeah, Google Drive uses that and some other like Dropbox and stuff to sync his brushes. He said that was a bit of a pain, but but otherwise he's like, using it is actually really nice, and he's like it's very comparable to what he's using it when he's using it on the desktop and for an iPad. I don't know. It's an interesting write-up. I linked it in the chat for Ian to check out, and I'm sure Frank would like to look it over.
Yeah, Frank, what do you think about doing some mobile pinstriping?
Oh, Here he goes with this shit again.
Hey, at least I'm not saying. Oh yeah, Frank's pinstriping sucks. Like, Doug.
Yeah, even though he doesn't know what a pinstripe is. No, I want to get something to do Clip Studio Paint on. It's just an iPad's expensive.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you mean that's you don't got that YouTube money?
Oh, you mean that pennies that we don't get from our demonetization?
Well, no, Frank, like, you want to do it on something, but, like, what other device is going to be, cheaper and any, decent? Other than, like, maybe an old Surface?
Well, depending on the eBays, you can get like a UG for like $200-300. How much is an iPad?
Depends if you get it used, if it's an older model,
Let's see here. eBay.
On eBay.
Ed.
Now remember, we're talking the iPad Pro, not just the regular iPad.
Pro. $700, $400. Hell, even a damn let's see. Air Pro. Does that count? The iPad Air Pro?
I have no idea.
What good are you?
It's kind of hard to do like scrapyard wars type stuff with the iPad or Apple stuff,
Right. And then you got to get the Apple Pencil, which I tried to explain that to my wife because she was like, "What's an Apple Pencil case?" I said, "It's a case to hold your Apple Pencil." "What's that?" I go, "This plastic thing you use to draw on an iPad, but it's hard, like a stylus." "Yeah, it's like a stylus." "Why is it so expensive?" "Because it's made by Apple."
Yeah, because Apple put their hands on it. They touched it.
Oh, and a refurbished Apple Pencil is $85. They refurbished that plastic stylus. $40. Oh, that's with bids and shit. I don't even know. Yeah. I'm just gonna hang back here and wait, see what happens. I don't know. I was thinking about getting a 580, and now I think I might just get fucking Vega. I don't know. Because why not?
Are the video cards going down in price?
You got to remember, there's the inflation because the holidays are coming, and they know the suckers are going to be buying them. They know the suckers are going to be buying them, so they inflate them by 200% to bump them down 50%. See? Yeah. Oh, that one that was $200 yesterday, it's $500 today. Well, but don't worry, it's going to be on sale for $399. It's not. No,
Well, I just can't believe the price of RAM right now. Did you check out how much it is for like just 32 gigs of like any kind of RAM is like $500 now?
Yeah, everybody's like, that's all the posts on the PC subreddits are like, you see the fucking price of RAM?
Yeah, they have like a RAM price like chart on that PC parts picker or whatever just for like general RAM, and it's like jagging upwards.
It's like, yeah, why? Because fucker, you're gonna buy it. What are you gonna do? Not buy it?
Yeah, just like it's just crazy because a couple of years ago, 16 gigs you could get for around 100 and 150.
Yeah, I paid I think 200 max for like my 2 sticks of 8. I think.
Yeah.
No, my let's see, I have 4 sticks of 8, right? Because I have 32. Yeah, I paid like $200. So.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like doubling, tripling.
Right. But like I said, electronics, like I watch that shit because I've been, with me, with the way that I buy stuff, I'm always like, well, how much is it now? How much is it next week? And like doing that, I see the actual like patterns and shit. And in the holidays, they jack the shit up retarded high. Like I put a graphics card in my cart on Amazon. And they send you a message. Hey, your item went up $1.50, whatever. No, hey, it went up $200. Why? It was 3 something, and now it's 5 something. What? But
give me all your.
Well, some people are saying it's because of since there's only like a couple of NAND manufacturers now, they're all price fixing each other.
bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. No, it's if you hang on to your money and just wait till the shit blows over, it's like you'd be a sucker to buy all your candy the day before Halloween. But if you buy it the day after, you're gold. Think about it.
Well, did you see Paul's video on why it sucks to build a computer in 2017?
No, because I know from experience. Just trying to upgrade the one I have, I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Let me guess, because the prices are stupid.
Yeah, memory cards, video cards,
Miners,
yeah.
and then like the fact that everything's kind of everything's in a state of flux now because the next big thing might be coming any fucking way, and the bottom's going to come out of it. So it's like, why even bother spending $700 on this video card, and then 2 weeks later it's going to be $400?
Yeah.
Like, didn't you say you got your 480 and it was like cheaper the next day or something?
Well, not the 480 was, they came out to 580 after that, you know.
No, so yeah, it slashed $100 right there.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm still glad that I got a 480 in general because a 480 or 580, you can't even buy those anymore for the price that I got them. It's like what? How much are they now? Like $600 or something, if you can even find it.
Let's see, 480. What are they going for right now? What do you got? The 8 gig?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, I think they stopped producing the 480s, and I don't know how much the 580s are for.
Cheapest I'm seeing is like 250.
Yeah.
But those are for like 4 gig even. I don't see. Let me see, 8 gig. And this is eBay too. This isn't like Amazon where they're like, it's what it is. Shut up and buy it. Amazon's really rigid unless you find somebody. Oh, let's see. Yeah, 250. That's the cheapest 8 gig, and that's for a FXX.
Yeah.
But
well, what are the 580s going for? Like, what were you looking at getting?
I was looking at getting the one with the highest clock speed from the factory. You can overclock any of them really, but the one with the highest clock speed from the factory was that I saw was the Gigabyte XTR 8 gig. It was 1,439 from the factory, and the price was well, like I said, it was the one in my shopping cart, and it was $395, and then the next day it's 500 and something.
Yeah.
So yeah, these people on eBay are selling the BIOS, not even the actual physical card, the BIOS for $12, $13, $20.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can get a 580 with box used for $280.
Now is the 580 is that still like underneath as far as performance wise than like the lowest Vega right now? Because I know they had different levels of the Vega card. So
yeah, I mean the base clock is still lower. It's like I think like your MSIs and your like your power colors and stuff, those will have like 1,300 megahertz clock speed from the factory, whereas Vega can go up to, I think they said, what was it, 16?
yeah, I think so.
But depending on which one you get, I wouldn't even mess with 56. 56 is the one that's going to be cheaper eventually first because it's the lower tier, but everyone's going to fucking buy it. And you can put a BIOS for 64 on it and get better performance anyway, I guess. But I would not want to do that because then if it blows up, I put a different BIOS in it. So, but
Yeah.
those are going for $527 right now on eBay for the reference ones, which is, I'm not even going to touch the reference one because it's going to sound like a jet engine. and I'll just wait till the aftermarket ones come out, which are going to be stupid expensive too. So that'll be the deciding factor. If I can get a 580 for like stupid cheap, then I'll get it, stick it in here, and be fine. But if I can't, I'll save my pennies and get a, Vega. Anyway,
Now,
Benjamin, did you say
which one are you going to get? That gold one?
no?
That was like blue and gold one.
Well, for a minute, the Newegg eBay store was selling Vega 64 liquid cooled for $620. That's not bad. And I think it was even, was it a gigabyte? I don't know. It was one of the liquid cooled ones, the silver ones. And then the regular reference version was 400 and something. So it's like, oh damn, that's actually, and then never gonna get it for that cheap again. And so you're just gonna wait till next year. But Benjamin, did we even ask you what you were up to, sir?
Yeah,
or did you just okay?
I
and you
said,
just
He
checking
went
it.
kind of quick through his. Yeah, we didn't even ask you like how your day went during the show. You said you, because we had to change up the night that we did the show tonight because Frank wasn't feeling good.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. My gout's been kicking my ass.
But it worked out then, so you could be on the show, Ben. But did you have a good date night? What did you guys watch?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday we watched Coraline.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been meaning to see it. So, scary movie for kids.
a family picture.
Yeah, for kids. Anyway, so I watched that. Watched a lot of YouTube videos together. Because, we'd either find a series that we'd want to keep watching, or we'd, find, here's a cute animal video. Oh. So, having fun times. How about you, Frank?
Gotcha.
You and your wife go on date nights? You still keep the romance alive in your relationship?
Oh yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I'm a romantic beast, yep.
Yeah. No,
I like give her flowers and shit.
yeah,
Stuff
we went
so
out.
you have dirt from the yard.
That's right. No, we went out to eat the other night and had some nice time to catch up on what we were doing and get to spend some time just the two of us instead of
Just the two of us. You and
instead of like the 6 people in the van. So but
Yeah,
six
Frank's-
people in the van.
Frank likes his way of being romantic is just like switching around the flowers, in the house.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
here, I got you for this room, honey. For another room.
Right. Well, sir, would you guys like to get onto the battle stations?
Sure.
Battle
Okay.
stations.
Battle stations.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Give us the theme music there. Keyboard cat.
Station.
I downloaded an app the other day called Station. It's
Uh-huh.
for running web apps without a browser. So it like loads like your Gmail and your various other apps all like through one thing, and you can just it's all right.
Okay, so your first one here. The guy's got a Pokemon. I apologize, I'm not up enough to know which Pokemon that is. I know it's supposed to be a cat thing.
Isn't it like Mew or something?
I don't know. And he's also into Stranger Things. Oh, look, he's got a beverage by his computer.
Is that a stick of butter?
It could be.
He's got a red Solo cup and the
I
bro
fill
code.
you up. Let's have a party.
JavaScript and HTML5 stickers.
Proceed to party in the App Store.
Mm-hmm.
What about this one speaks to you, Ian? Because he says this is his dream setup.
I never said that. The guy said that.
You just said, this one's okay. Isn't that right?
Well, these were. Oh yeah, these were this week. The theme was Mac setup, so Mac stations.
Really?
So like, I try to pick the best out of the Mac crap.
I see the circles now. Yeah, that is a Mac.
Frank's like, oh, now that I look closely now.
Well, you can't even okay, where's the box that's running this magical setup? Do you see any kind of tower or even a laptop?
Well, that's the thing. Out of all, I was going in there hoping to find some really cool Mac Pros. You know, like Ben has like some beefy ones or something, but most of them are all running off of their laptops or something. So
right, they get a dock maybe, or just hook up a monitor and that's it.
So I wanted to do a theme, and that's like the best I came up with for the Mac stuff. Unfortunately,
that's where you're at, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's
just
nice.
Focus on the aesthetics of the stuff. Don't worry about the rig.
He's got triple monitors and a big ass TV. I mean, that's good too. I mean, and he's got the cameras and the shit that's really cool looking. Now this guy though, excuse me, this shit right here. While I don't appreciate the monitor sticking out over top of the damn speaker, because that's just, especially a KEF. What are you doing blocking your KEF? God damn it. He's got a little 60% keyboard. What is that, a poker? I can't even tell what it is. He's got what looks to be a...
that's a thick keyboard.
Yeah. Thick, THICC.
Damn, she's thick.
Yeah, it's got a MX Master mouse there. Is that a piece of foam for a coaster?
That's thick also.
Yeah, okay. Now see, he's got this looks like a tube amp right here with the most goddamn ridiculous looking tubes I've ever seen. I don't know what they're for. I'll have to look. Now I've got the same.
Both of these photos are taken in the dark.
Well, they got lights.
Yeah, like a drive-in movie theater's got lights.
Right. I've got the same monitor mount, the TiVo, whatever it is, but like, excuse me. He's got one of those Nixby or Nixie clocks, but it's behind the fucking monitor, so you can't even see it.
And then the glass dome.
Well, the dome is like a terrarium, if you look. It's got a light right on it, so that can't actually be a real plant, I don't think.
Well, the plant is all brown, so I don't know.
It was all yellow. Looks like he's got a laptop. Excuse me. Yeah, 15-inch in clamshell. Let me see, keyboard. Yeah, he's got KEFs. KEFs. Oh, they're from the 80s. Oh. Oh, my. Jesus Christ. Okay, the speakers he's got. Let's see. They're vintage. Better than $250 speaker. Excuse me. KEFs are really good speakers. I don't know why he's abusing them like that. Tube clock with the monitor and IoT Nixie clock. which is what I was seeing on the top. Yeah, Nixie. They can be really cool, see,
Yeah.
but not so much here because it's kind of just poking out. I was trying to see.
He's got all these thick things, but he's got thin bezels.
Yeah, and like he really doesn't know what he's trying to do here. He said, "I got some stuff. Cool, isn't it?" And it's like, "Sure, buddy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your pal, guy." Oh, this is a workstation right here, buddy. I like the picture frames with the drawings on Post-it notes, like in front of his actual family pictures.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, if I had a laptop, I understand you want to use all the screen real estate you have. I wouldn't open the fucking thing. I would just use those two externals. Because then your main monitor is this little dinky fucker.
Or get that one Linus review with the triple monitors. The Razer fold out laptop.
Well, that one doesn't even exist.
Oh, that's not a real product?
It's a concept.
They
haven't actually come through with it yet. He made one, like ghetto rigged, but you know. But yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I don't know. Why would you like? You got a MacBook. It's got chiclet keyboards. You get a separate keyboard for it. It's a fucking chiclet keyboard. I understand you want to move it around, but that's the whole point of a laptop is to make it mobile. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
run Mobile Clip Studio on it, right?
I mean, the desk is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. It's big. It's got an upholstered top on the drawer here. And like, you know, it's everything's clean. That's right. Like cables have a little cutout here, so they come through, and they're, you know, he's got a little thing for his phone, but
I don't like. I'm sorry. I really don't like my own picks here. But, I mean, the monitors aren't that great. They're on some like they look pretty cheap with their stands and stuff, you know.
And they're not the same height.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like they're like. I mean, they're Acer, so they probably cost some money, but.
I mean, we've had good Mac stations before, but
not these, huh?
This is the best that subreddit gave, so
Ian's
that's what they shit out.
Ian's like, you know, you got triple monitors, you got kind of triple monitors, and you got this shit. Don't get me wrong, this is cool. This is something to talk about. But then you tear it apart, and you're like, yeah, shit everywhere. I don't. All they had to do is like he's got these clocks here. This one on the left, he's got the Nixie one. He's got a lot of shit with a little fucking desk. If his desk had been bigger, or if he'd laid it out a little better, maybe it wouldn't look so. I mean, he's got a small little keyboard. He should have some more room. Like if he uses that mouse, he's gonna be whacking it into that monitor right there. Don't you think? Like,
right.
As soon as he starts playing something, boom! Oh shit! Boom! Oh god damn it! What do you think, Ben?
What now?
Yeah, give an opinion, Ben.
Well, let me see. Let me take a look at Frank's screen here and just show.
Here's the first one.
What do we got? See, my only problem with that is, for one, two problems. He's got the bigger monitor right above the main monitor, so he's just going to be cricking his neck a lot. And also,
it's
he's got
TV.
all those shelves right next to it. Well, it's okay, a TV, but it's like right above, so like you're gonna constantly be looking up at it like you're at the cheap seats in the movie theater. Screen that big, you want to be back a couple feet.
Well, he's probably got a bed like behind it that he can just lounge in and watch it. Is my guess.
Yeah, and then also there's all that shelving next to it.
Well, where else is he gonna put his Pokemon tchotchkes?
I don't know, but I mean it's an alright setup. I mean it's so dark I can't really see anything else. So
right. What do you think of this one?
Cluttered, and it's like a corner station, and he's got stuff overlapping, and I don't know why he's got all that stuff pushed up next to the side of the upright monitor.
It's like he's got all this cool crap, but then he doesn't have the room. So it's like when I said, "Man, I need to get a bigger desk," he said, "I need to get some cooler crap," and he just stuck it all in this little tiny desk.
I mean, it's spread out, and then I mean, it's nice that it's got that window, but it's if you want the light
Yeah.
coming in, but obviously he doesn't because he's
Well,
filming this at night.
That and if you want to actually open that fucking window, you gotta lean over all that shit without knocking something over. I wouldn't want to do it. Because my lamp, I've got to lean across a bunch of stuff to turn it on and off, and I'm like, fuck. But
Yeah, so I mean, it's a nice setup, but I mean, a nice stuff to to use, but it needs to be put in a bigger space. That's
right,
very
he's got
cramped.
a nice color
If
palette.
that speaker gets real loud, it's gonna knock that monitor over, and it's just gonna cause a chain reaction to everything.
Well, like I said, his mouse, as soon as he starts actually, if he plays any games on it, which I doubt because he's using a MacBook, but well, he could if he has external GPU or something. But anyway, if he does anything with that mouse, he can hit that monitor right away. That's kind of limited.
And then the last one, where's the? See, is this now? What is this? What is this for exactly? Is this like an office job that because it looks
This
like
is his work area.
Because this looks like he's like an assistant principal in a school,
Right?
Because he's got the wall decorations that look like oh, we're festive, and then he's got that drawer on the bottom that looks like it's salvaged from the 70s, which is cool and everything. But then all those photos, and then stuff propped up kind of weird. So it's like a lot of desk that's being used kind of weirdly. So
yeah,
I like the giant phone though. That's a nice touch.
Weird setup on a weird disc.
I like the giant phone and the fact that he's got Harry Potter under like he's hiding him under the stairs.
If I hate to be the PC Master Race asshole, but if this had been like a custom computer, no, in this instance I do because this is a nice space. But if he had just a regular computer hooked up with these two monitors,
if the guy from the second one had been on that desk, I think this would have been a lot better.
Yes,
like he would have had some room because actually he has no reason to have all those pictures taking up all that desk space. He could spread that out evenly and make it nice.
Well, like just the fact that it's a MacBook, the whole point is to be portable. But then he cuts a hole in the desk to be able to fit the cable so he can use these different monitors and shit. It's making it not portable anymore. And if you're going to go that route, you might as well just have an actual PC. I understand the guy's probably comfortable with Mac and that's what he wants to do, but then you could use like a Mac Pro or something. And actually, I don't know. It seems kind of wasteful. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe he came into this job and this is the computer he had, and he didn't choose the desk piece. He got promoted to it. I mean, there could be all kinds of crap going on I don't know about. But
well, to be fair, Frank, he might like this might be his office setup, and then he might just take that laptop and go home with it. So
all that shit he has to hook up though. But he might.
Let's just hook up when he comes in. I mean, it would make a portable setup. So
well, so my votes go for 1, 2, and 3.
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking.
Oh, see, there you go. I said 1, 2, 3.
See, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that one is 1, and then I'm gonna say the the school computer setup is probably 2, and then the clutter one is 3, because that's just too cramped. It would make me. I'd be afraid of breaking stuff. Like, one of those things is going to fall over onto those monitors, and then they're going to fall onto something, and it's just asking for trouble.
Ian, what do you think?
So, was the pink one, that one was your favorite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because as little as the space is, eventually he can move this shit to a bigger room. I mean, that's the only thing he'll be out is a bigger desk. This guy, on the other hand, that's where he works, and he customized that desk already. That shit ain't going nowhere.
He just customized that top thing. He can take that off and expand that out to a real desk. I mean, I took the desktop off of my old desk and made something out of it, Frank. So,
okay, Ian, what's your thoughts?
See, the thing with that one is too bad he can't just like gift that TV to the second guy. That would be like really sweet, you know.
Where would he put it? This is probably all the room he's got.
Well, you put it on the wall. I mean, the guy has it on the wall.
Did you ever see those guys who literally have their setups in a closet and they go, "What do you think?" And they got fucking coat hangers right above their monitors.
Yeah,
It's like you put your shirts there.
No, I think I'll go with that one first, then the TV second, and the school guy third.
Oh, just like I did. No, wait,
Yeah.
backwards. I did 1, 2, 3, and Ben did. Which one did you go with? One, Ben? I forget.
Yeah, you went with one, then the school guy.
Right. This was your third one, right? Benjamin. Benjamin.
Oh, his camera is gone.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep, his icon is there now.
Oh no. Well, okay.
Anyways, well, while Ben's still getting on there, what is if you see that I posted those from the weeks that you missed, I figure you could just, if you want to go through those, just give a couple opinions on some of those if you want.
Do what?
I posted in the chat what we did from the weeks that you weren't here. I figured if you want to take a look at those and just give a couple quick opinions on these.
Okay, hold on. I thought I clicked this. Where did? There it goes. Ooh, fancy shit right there.
Yeah, these were like way better last week's, but that was last week, so.
The chair is a little similar to mine, except mine doesn't have the same, like mine's a mesh chair with ergo arms. Let me see the other one here. Pew!
Main thing we were saying is that it would sort of suck to work in a corner of the desk like that, though.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could easily have put it like along either wall, and it would have been fine. But I don't know. Wow. Both of these chairs are Herman Miller. The M-Body, as you've heard me say before, is a $1,300 to $1,500 chair. That one, what does he say? Let me see. Storage, power supply. Wow, fantastic. Cozy places. Well, actually, I might be wrong. That might be an Eames chair. Images. Yep, I was wrong. It was an Eames chair. Oh, no, it is Herman Miller. Okay. Oh, it's only. Oh, that's the style is Eames. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one is okay. So it's only It's only 4,960.
Holy shit!
For so that right there is $5,000 for the fucking chair and ottoman. Boy, I'm actually kind of showing that I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
Now
It's Herman Miller time, man.
right.
Well,
I mean,
what do you think about this the psych chair?
Yeah, I mean that's right there. He's like, I'm done playing games. I'm going to lay back and read a good book with my feet up in the air. Now, the thing I'm wondering here, his computer area here, zoom enhance,
Yeah.
or just click and wait. Okay, so he's got a tower because I see looks like a Corsair case on the floor there, and then his MacBook. So, but he's got two keyboards, which you can use keyboards. You could use Synergy and could operate both of those at the same time. But
my browser crashed.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah. We were wondering you're gonna have to like reset your router or something like Frank does.
Well, we were talking about this setup, Ben. This chair and this ottoman are $5,000
Uh-huh.
on top of that 13 to $1,500 chair he's got, and then your other setup here. Let me see. Oh, his little corner of the universe. Oh, he's got a little gallery. Oh, wow, he's got a full-on lazy boy in the motherfucker.
Have you noticed all the keyboards he's got on the wall?
Well, yeah.
And the Toy Story wallpaper, that's nice.
Is this Jerry?
Oh, you're doing that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's one of the ones I wanted to get your opinion on.
Well, I don't know why people would ever use those split keyboards like he's got there, and then a trackball on top of it. That doesn't seem very ergonomic.
Then he's got all those keyboard collections, which you should have used one of those instead.
Well, different strokes for different folks. He can take it down and use it whenever he wants. And I have to commend him. He's got his sub on the fucking floor where it belongs.
That's good.
So I gotta give him that. He's got a big ass monitor and a butcher block countertop. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I wouldn't have a fucking lazy boy because what's the point? But and then your other one you have here. Oh, a dock for his Mac. Ooh. That's the problem with like the ergonomic keyboard, and he's got these shitty little speakers. And it's like, here, it's a computer and keyboard, right? It's like in comic books, whenever they draw somebody sitting at a computer, that's what the fuck they draw. Because it's easy. It's a little rectangle and a little chiclet keyboard, and they're done. I like that it's an LG monitor. I do like those. I'm partial to them. The stands suck. The keyboard, or not the keyboard, the speakers are Logitech too, which if you're going for brand loyalty, okay, but that keyboard looks like crap. Does he have carpal tunnel? Does he not want to get carpal tunnel? Is that the thing? Because that's the only reason I know a guy who uses that kind of keyboard, and I can't stand it. He's got his gift wrap right here on the corner too. This is a JCPenney stocking room here. Cheryl and gift wrap, get out and wrap some fucking gifts. Oh, wow. That's bright.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. And he's got that infinity in-wind mirror there. Wow, 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 wow.
By the way, I think Jerry was the one. He had that DX Racer chair or whatever.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go. This one, I like this one already. I thought. Yes, I did. I already gave it a thumbs up. He's got a nice stained countertop. He's got a Jotunheim, and forgive me, I can never remember if this is the Madi or the Magni. These are shit, SCHIIT deck and amp here from Shit Audio. The Jotunheim is an amplifier, and for an added $100, it can be a DAC. It goes from 400 to I think 500 if you go with the DAC option. It looks to me like he didn't go with the DAC. Because if that was an amp, there would have been another headphone jack in it. And I'm only seeing the one button on it. He's got the fancy ass headphones right here that I can't tell what the hell they are. It's got the VR setup. He's got a Predator. It looks like, is that Acer? Asus. Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's got the vertically mounted GPU there to make it look cool, I guess. Corsair mouse. Looks like a Corsair keyboard, but I don't know. No, he's got the keycaps. This is a Logitech. No, it says Corsair. What the fuck? Maybe his keycaps are off of Logitech because that's what I got. No, mine's a Corsair. Never mind. I was confused. Racer looking chair. Yeah, this one's pretty nice. I like this. Hit back.
Okay.
I was like, okay, yeah, I like that's cool. It's got a little RGB mouse pad to go with his keyboard. That's cool. Matches his monitor, his picture on his monitor and all his shit there. Okay, yeah, I feel you. He's got let's see here. Ooh, I'm sorry. As cool as it is, I could not wall mount some shit like that. Have that shit looking at me.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we were saying that's you just worry about that shit falling down on all those monitors and then bouncing down the stairs that it's next to.
Oh yeah, I mean, because like, for one, it's water cooled. Have it hanging over top of you with that clear glass for the front. So all you gotta do is get up in a hurry and not pay attention and fwing. Yeah, he's got portrait monitors, which I'm always a fan of. He's got looks like the HyperCloud. I don't know if it's the 2. I think it's just the 1s. Headphones here. Extended mouse pad. He's got a little wrist rest. Go ahead.
We were wondering, was that like for his wife or something? The other setup?
He could just be a greedy bastard. Want to?
Well, if it was just for him, you might as well just have one chair there, huh? Just slide across the floor.
Well, he could, but then it depends on the purpose of the this room. If it's there's a couple YouTubers I follow that do all their filming and editing in the same office that they do their regular day-to-day computing in. So they like the one guy I saw, he literally has the computer desk right next to his other desk with a different chair, because the one chair he can answer emails and shit comfortably, but the other one, when he's doing reviews and stuff, it's uncomfortable and he doesn't want to be in it, so he's in there as quick as he can to get in and get out. So granted that these are the exact same chair, that makes it more likely that this is for a spouse of some sort. But I do not know that. I mean, there looks to be a stereo system on the other side, so I don't know given what limited knowledge we have here, I can't tell without seeing the rest of the room. But yeah, it's pretty cool shit. It sure looks a lot better than this. I like this one probably the best out of the bunch. Just something about that wood finish along with all the metal.
Just something about that wood, huh?
Yeah, it gives me wood. Are these all the ones you have, sir?
Yeah, let's we do have a lot to get through, so I guess we might as well not get through yours, but you know what I mean.
Let's plow through Frank's before.
I'm just saying, let's proceed.
Let us proceed, my brother.
That's right.
All right, let me copy link address. Okay. Pew. Here's the first one I've got.
Oh, you better zoom on that. That's for sure.
Boom.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Now, is that a dragon on there or something?
That's the MSI logo.
It's kind of hard to tell what those colors are blinding me. Trying to focus on it. It's like the colors are vibrating.
Ben, are you there? Ben? Did we lose Ben?
No.
Ben? Are you there?
We can't hear you, buddy.
Are you there?
We were talking so much we didn't even notice that there was a problem with his audio.
Ben, are you there?
Can you not hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I wasn't reviewing the other ones. I was just breezing through the ones that you guys had looked at previously. I figured Ian would like this one because there's so much going on this one station. Because this guy says that he streams. So, like, see, he's got 2 sets of microphones here. Enhance. Zoom enhanced. He's It's got a mixer, Audio Technica, and a Neewer. He's got the Voltec guys right there. He's got my webcam.
Is that a
Right.
newer?
Neewer, Neewer. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me see what model I've got right here. I can't tell. I'd have to look at my Amazon list. But yeah, that's pretty similar to what I have. He's got a Logitech mouse and keyboard, Acer monitors, and he's also got a big ass LG TV on top of a Samsung TV. With the Corsair keyboard and a Corsair mouse pad. Or sorry, mouse. Not mouse pad, mouse. Specs. This is NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti. What? CPU, Kaby Lake i7. Peripherals. Yeah, he's got the he's got more shit products here. He's got a shit stack right here. It's what they call their DAC and amp stacked together. But yeah, he's got Sennheiser headphones right there, which are a couple $100 a piece. He's got some kind of tablet. What's he say is in the peripherals again? He's got a webcam, tablet, Samsung Galaxy Tab. So I figured you'd dig this one because he's got all that shit.
Yeah, I like it.
The mixer and the microphones and the monitors.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Does it give a description of what he does?
What does he say here? Battle station operating system. I thought he said he was a streamer, but the streaming area. So there's a TV and another TV, or one. I don't know if one's a monitor or if they're both TVs, but color profile. But yeah, my guess is he's a streamer. I don't think he gave his tag anywhere. But
do you have any opinions on that, Ben?
Not really. I mean, so
he's got an audio mixer. He's got some microphones. He's got big ass.
Pretty functional setup, all things considered.
Yeah,
Looks like a pretty good studio, you know.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh, the guys will like this one. And then I saw this one and I said, I got to show Ian that rainbow. Here's a GIF of all the shit. Wow, wow, wow. His case all lighting up and
oh, nice.
See, he's got. I don't think is he got the lights going on the outside of the case or no? They're on the outside of the radiator. It looks like. I think they're still inside the case. And see, he's got custom cable sleeving on the GPU. Which, if you're going to do that with a case with multicolored RGB, I can totally understand going with like a white or something like that. That would change with the color of the RGB because that makes sense.
Yeah, that RGB cooler. That's the one that I want to get, the all-in-one Kraken and ZXT or whatever. That one I heard is really good.
Oh,
if you're gonna do an all-in-one.
Yeah, he's got the all NZXT'd out because he's got the NZXT radiator. It looks like he's got NZXT fans. I didn't look at see what kind of case he has exactly. I have to look. I think it might be an in-win or something. I'll have to read.
I mean, would you ever consider that? Because I mean, that's all you have to do with that is just like plug it in, you know.
With the all-in-one or whatever's.
Yeah.
If I actually go with water cooled, yeah, because I'm too much of a pussy to do hard line.
Yeah. It's a lot of work for that, and it's those all-in-ones are pretty much just plug and play, you know.
Right. And then like this monitor here, I noticed the size of the bezel. I'm gonna have to reread the description because I think that's I see a stylus there. This is probably a tablet, like a drawing thing that he uses as a monitor when he's not drawing on it. Be my guess. Doesn't say though, does it? Sure as fuck don't. I can only imagine. But so that's the second one I have. And then my third one. Pew, working from home. You had to put working in quotes because it's got a Corsair all-in-one cooler with two GeForce 980 Ti's. So a little older. But yeah, here's his first picture of his monitor setup. Ian.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, man.
Wow, wow, wow. That's the first one. Look how big that fucking case is. He's got, I think does he have dual radiators in there or just one? I think just one. He could totally put a hard drive cage in there and stack hard drives up in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that shit. Playing Rocket League.
I don't know, like
Look at that.
that is really crazy, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like playing video games like that, the bezels would still always bother me.
Well, that's why some guys get them debezeled. But, you know, I wouldn't want to do anything stupid like that to several $100 Dell monitors. What do you think of this crazy setup, Benjamin?
If you want something that wide at that point, just get a TV. I mean, a 4K TV can't possibly cost as much as that many monitors. Now, what are you going to be doing that you want that much real estate? That, oh yeah, I just totally want these bezeled spaces in between and all.
Dell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors.
Well, that's got to be like close to 8K almost, though, isn't it? I mean,
Well,
if those are 1440p monitors,
let me see.
it's at least got to be over 4K and somewhere in between, probably.
What? Let me copy. Search. 25, and they're only 25-inch monitors. Let me see. Ultra sharps. Does it say the actual? Whoop. I don't see the actual pixel. Oh, 2560 by 1440 resolution. So let me get out the calculator. Whoop. 2560 times 1440 times 5, right?
Right.
18,432,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pixels. But anyway, I thought it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ugly and will annoy the fuck out of me. It was one of the first comments. Now the guy with the RGB setup, I imagine electric dance music blaring 24/7 when looking at this.
I wonder if they'll ever make ultra wide TVs.
They did.
They did.
They didn't catch on because you could still watch a regular movie letterboxed, and then it'll still work for other stuff because not everything is 21 by 9 or 32 by 9 now for like the big retarded wide ones. But yeah, they made ultra wide TVs for a minute, but nothing was actually shot in cinema aspect.
What is cinema like? If you go to a movie theater, the projector, what's that
Yes,
usually do?
that's 21 by 9. I think.
Oh, okay.
Let me look.
By the way, I went and saw that Thor movie. I forgot to mention that in the catch-up.
Oh yeah.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Cool.
Did you guys see anything new lately?
Uh, my wife and I watched a couple movies on Netflix. We tried to watch this Bradley Cooper movie that is so bad.
How
We
bad
stopped.
is it, Frank?
Okay,
It's so bad.
the title is Midnight Meat Train.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
It's fucking awful. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, silent film standard was 1.3. Yeah, okay. So TVs used to be 4 by 3. Then they went up to 16 by 9. Let's see. Oh. What is CinemaScope screen? Yeah. CinemaScope screen, 35 millimeter frame circle has been squeezed by a ratio of 2 to 1. Anyway, yeah, there's a you could go back and forth on it for a long time. ITV. They made them, but they're not like they didn't last that long. There was like because I looked into it for a minute, but then everyone's like, "Why fucking do that? Why not just?" I mean, you get like 105-inch, but they're really stupid expensive. So, and then they're shorter. So just get a regular TV, watch the black bars, and then whenever you want to see something full size.
I wonder if anybody's done a curved TV inside of like a curved wall.
Well, what if you got one of those like wallpaper TVs like Linus and stuck it on a curved wall?
Yeah, you could technically do that because then with those wallpaper TVs, you could sort of make it in any shape you want.
Right. But yeah, so that was my 3 setups for tonight. I've got I got the one with the mixer and stuff.
Okay, so that's number 1.
Number 2, I got the guy with the RGB.
Okay.
And I got the guy with the 5 monitors. So let's start with Benjamin. What are your top 3?
Well, I mean, personally, I think the streamer setup is the most good to go as is. But I also think the 5 monitor one, for considering what's built into that, is pretty good. And then the rainbow one is just
Silly.
other than pretty light. So it's like I don't know what else is supposed to be in that one.
I'm sure eventually RGBs will like turn the way of L Ray wire or whatever it was called. L wire. What right when that was called, Ian?
Oh, what's it called? What are you talking about?
And that was a L wire, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
the EL wire.
Yeah.
EL wires.
Yeah, like make you look like Tron Man. They used it in computers before LEDs were a thing.
Yeah. And I always like seeing what people do with those EL sheets. A lot of people put like logos and stuff over them, and
I mean, like this right here before you could have got LEDs. You know, the guy had to hot glue the shit out of this, and then the guy had to keep fucking with it to make it actually functional. Now you just buy a fan and stick it in there. This is cool right here. This I forgot. This guy made a DeLorean themed PC. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Did you ever see this one, Ian?
oh no, I never saw that one.
It's kind of cool with the blue.
I haven't seen that, but I think I saw the computer thing with the three-way thing or whatever he's got on it.
But anyway, so Ben, which do you prefer though, the 5 monitors or the?
Well, what's the desktop specs on the 5 monitor one?
Let me go into the comments.
Because really, 5 monitors, it's like if I were anything, I'd just take all those monitors and sell them because like the streamer is a functional setup. That big 5 monitor setup, it's like, what am I going to do? Watch the game? I mean, really? Really? Well, I'd have to have a huge desk for that, and
It's got a 6700K, which K means it's overclockable, right? 980 Ti's. Got 4x8, so he's got 32 gig of RAM like me. And then the monitors. And then the streamer has has KB Lake Intel 7700K, so that's a newer GPU, which also is overclockable. With only one 1080 Ti though instead of the 980. So I don't know if technically if running one graphics card that's a 1080 versus the two 980s, if they're both TIs, I don't know which would be better. What do you think, Ian?
Two 1080s versus what?
No, one 1080 versus two 980 Ti's.
Yeah, they did that on the Scrapyard Wars. That ended up being what their computer, the graphics card for one team was a 1080, and then the other ones had the two 980 Ti's.
Oh, well, I didn't see that one. He also has 32 gig of RAM, though. He lists his actual hard drives. The other guy did put down how many hard drives he has.
What I want to know is what's the new 1070 Ti in comparison to other cards? I guess like the 980 Ti or the 1080 Ti and stuff.
It's very similar to a 1080, but they had to cripple it somewhat because they don't want it to basically be a cheaper 1080. I was reading articles about it when it came out, but not a whole lot because I'm not an NVIDIA guy. So I don't really, to answer your question, man, I don't really know which one. This one actually lists how many hard drives he has, though, and it has a newer style, both newer style CPU and newer style GPU. So I mean, gut-wise, this might be the better beast of the two.
Well, then it's like, you could take those monitors and sell them, but I mean, that system there is good to go if you want to stream or if you want to, run a YouTube channel or run do a lot of stuff. So,
right. Okay. So, this is your number one. This is your number two, and then this is number three, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Ian?
I like the 5 monitors first, then the audio guy, the studio guy, and then the RGB last.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Even though this has a newer, like I said, CPU and GPU, just the fact that he's doing SLI, I mean, I don't know. So much potential. And that big ass tower, man, damn. But
yeah, the 5 monitor setup just looks really clean too. That's what I think got me, is because like the desk is all clean and stuff,
How much did I say those were a piece? Let me see, Amazon. They are, they're only $280 a piece. So times 5 is how much?
Well, if you dump it down to $250, then that's like a fourth of $1,000, so 100.
Is that some Common Core bullshit?
No, Common Core. I never had Common Core. My little brother hates Common Core too.
Well, if you round it up to 290, right? Because they were 280 something, I said.
Yeah.
So 290 times 5. Yeah, they're $1,450 in just monitors.
Yeah.
So, booyah, booyah. Now, Reddit says that this guy gets 160 upvotes. Your RGB fellow only got 27. I'm sorry, Ian.
Uh,
And then the other guy got 30. So the winner is Mr. 5 Monitors. Booyah.
nice. Go back to the picture where he had all the 5 monitors with the desk. What? A
The
view
first one.
where it had a. Yeah, that one. Yeah, see,
Oh.
that desk is nice and clean, and everything is just all monitors.
And
And then
the
he's got that
cheesy ass
potted plant.
Well, he doesn't have room for anything else. Fuck, there's not even speakers on that son of a bitch.
I'm just wondering why he's got a plant there. Just put that shit away.
Yeah,
Well, actually, I do have to get your take on this, Ben, because Frank doesn't really see, like, I don't think he gets my opinion on those potted plants. But my opinion on them is that people just get those potted plants just to follow some kind of trendy fad, you know?
Oh, hold on, Mister. I like flashy lights that don't do anything except flash.
I don't do the. I've always been into the light stuff though. Like don't just suddenly follow that craze though. I've always been into the LEDs and everything.
But RGB is not a fad. It's not trendy. No, I think the potted plants, if done right, they can actually bring a lot to a setup.
Well, it doesn't matter what my opinion was. I was asking for Ben's opinion.
I mean, you put what you want. I don't.
But you were saying though that it would look better without it though, right?
Well, it's like, why have that little stubby plant right in front of all those monitors? But I still don't see the point in having all those monitors, when you might as well have a big screen TV, because why have so much screen space right in front of you? I don't know. Just doesn't seem right to me.
Don't seem fair. Don't seem right. But you can joke about it.
I'm just saying, like, if you're into the potted plants and stuff before, then that's great and everything. If you've always had fake plants everywhere, then
I wanted a
cool.
bonsai tree, but they're kind of big.
You see, that's another fad, but I think a lot of people, that's a more respectable fad, I think.
Well, like Random Frank P, he's got a shut up. He's got a little succulent kind of plant over in the corner of his shit. But
not as many people do the bonsai plants, which I guess I kind of think it's like if it's not as popular, then it's cool because a lot more people just get into it then,
Well, it's an older thing. It's not hot this minute,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have a fake succulent that I got at the gift shop of where I work. It's like it's more like a little, what do they call it? I guess a planetarium. They had, when I was in Florida, we went to this place and they had what they call air plants, which a lot of people get because you don't have to water them as much. So this is kind of what I have right here. Hold on. And of course, there. I got something similar to this on my desk.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a little glass thing with the plant. I gave Ben one for his desk, and I don't think he has it. He doesn't love me no more.
Nope.
What did he forget to take it out for when you came over there, Frank?
He probably chucked it in the trash as soon as I got done giving it to him.
Well, Mom's the flower person of the house. I'm just,
Well, that's why it's like, put a little green in there. Get some color going.
Well, if you have a cat, I think the cats like to chew on those things, too.
That's why you get a fake one. They won't know it's even a plant. Like, that smells like plastic.
They'll chew on the fake one and then get poisoned and die. And then what, Frank? and it's all your
Well,
fault.
that's why I put mine way in the corner where I can't even get to the thing unless I move shit.
You mean like your video games?
No, those are all on my hard drive.
Really? Because Wolfenstein.
That's the box. And the action figure. Okay, is it time for some stories?
Yes, I once knew a man from Nantucket.
That's a dirty limerick. That's different.
Still tells a story, doesn't it?
No, not really.
Stories about him are greatly exaggerated. The news with Ian, Frank,
And Franklin.
and Ben. I said Frank.
And Franklin.
It's me.
It's me, Mario.
Comcast blocks some internet traffic.
Plomcast?
Okay, so I've got a lot of articles, and I'm sure you've got a lot of them tonight, Frank, since you're fresh back from Florida here.
That's right. We're going to be up till dawn, motherfucker.
I'm out.
Oh, boy. Ben's like, I'm out. I'm checking out.
It's Saturday night. You ain't got no date, motherfucker.
He's about to check out for real.
New York.
About to
A
go
long
peace
check out.
New York Comcast Corp actively interferes with attempts by some of its high-speed internet subscribers to share files online, move that runs counter to the tradition of treating all types of net traffic equally. The interference, which the Associated Press confirmed through nationwide tests, is the most drastic example yet of data discrimination by a U.S. internet service provider. It involves company computers masquerading as those of its users. If widely applied by other ISPs, the technology Comcast is using would be a crippling blow to the BitTorrent eDonkey, that's still a thing, and Nutella file sharing networks. While these are mainly known as sources of copyright music, software, and movies, BitTorrent in particular is emerging as a legitimate tool for quickly disseminating legal content. The principle of equal treatment of traffic, called net neutrality by proponents, is not enshrined in law, but supported by some regulations. Most of the debate around the issue has centered on tentative plans, now postponed, by large internet carriers to offer preferential treatment of traffic from certain content providers for a fee. So,
Yeah, this is a long one, and I've got 3 different, not like flavors because there's totally different things, but a lot of these are a little bit older articles, but a lot of these I didn't even know that Comcast was doing.
Fails to get hidden fee class action, or fails to get hidden fee class action lawsuit thrown out of court. Oh noes. A class action complaint against Comcast can move forward after a federal judge rejected a Comcast motion to dismiss it. The lawsuit, filed in October of 2016 in U.S. District Court in Northern California, accuses Comcast of falsely advertising low prices and then using poorly disclosed fees to increase the amount paid by cable TV customers. Those fees are the broadcast TV fee, which had increased from $1.50 a month to $6.50 since 2014, and the region sports fee that rose from $1 to $4.50 since 2015. Oh, so they're not telling people that they're charging you, but they are? That's some shady shit, son.
Yeah, and then the third one I can explain a little bit because I heard this on the people talking about it on the radio, but this specific Technica or ARS Technica article was from 2014 or whatever, and I didn't even hear about this. This was free Wi-Fi from Affinity or Xfinity, and AT&T also frees you to be hacked. Now, I've heard people complaining about it as far as they noticed that there was like a hidden Wi-Fi network with their router that a lot of people have tried to disable, but like I guess you have to call or something to get it disabled. But a lot of times they won't even do that for you because of apparently like you're pretty much agreeing to keep this public Wi-Fi on or whatever because they have that. I guess they had some kind of thing set up where you have this public Wi-Fi on your router, but it doesn't actually like people that use it that like drive by or whatever and try to connect to it. That doesn't affect your own actual like bandwidth or whatever. But a lot of people are kind of wary about pretty much having like a cell tower in their house, you know. And this article was showing about also it's bad because you could be hacked through this with like strangers going through your network, you know.
Right. That's just what you need. People are like, oh yeah, you could have your internet that you buy from us. Oh, by the way, you got to have this. Well, what if I don't want that? That's funny. You got to have it. It's mandatory. Well, I mean, they're acting like we're fucking children. You're paying for a service, not for them to use you as. It's like they're Vault-Tec and you're Fallout. You're fucking trying to be saved and trying to just do something. And Vault Boy, and they're gonna they're just gonna do whatever they want with you, whether you like it or not, and that sucks.
Yeah. Another downside is that while it does your like general bandwidth or whatever speeds won't go down like how you were saying with your vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
People streaming something, you don't have to worry about that. But where it does impede is like your wireless bandwidth. So you're gonna get some kind of congestion and stuff over the wireless part. So that's another downside to this.
Ben, what do you think of that? Isn't that shitty?
Sure.
They're taking advantage of you. They're fucking you in the ass. You're trying to just give them money for a service, and instead they're fucking you in the ass.
Okay.
They're fucking you in the ass multiple different ways with these different articles that I didn't even know about because I don't have Comcast. I don't think anybody in
not here
Ohio has Comcast. So
Ryzen Threadripper 1950X won't screw into socket. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to wait for you to talk about.
Is this the one that Jay was talking about with the certain boards that just wouldn't work?
Yeah, I don't think I have his video in there, but I do have a YouTube video talking about that and some other problems with the X399 platform or whatever. So basically, the gist of it is.
Okay, I was pulling up a video because they have a video, but it's not Jay. It's just some dude all pissed. He puts it down. Okay, it clicks, and it's kind of springy. That's not good. Yep. That's a bitch, because if you're paying all that money for a a brand new, CPU that's stupid expensive, why would it not even work?
Yeah. I forget what the other one was called, but the thing that I guess people are experiencing problems with is the socket that's on each of the motherboards is made by like a different companies depending on which brand you go with as far as motherboards goes. But I guess people are saying you gotta avoid the Foxconn socket. And I'm not sure if that's with Gigabyte or if that's. I don't think it's Asus. I'm not sure. It might be Gigabyte or MSI, one of those two that does. Foxconn produces the sockets for those motherboards, but yeah, you got to avoid. You want to go for the other one. It began with an L. I forget.
Well, this one it says it's an Asus ROG motherboard.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, let's see, 1950X. Let's see, that's how much are those going for nowadays? Whoop.
Oh yeah, Foxconn or Lotus sockets.
Yeah, if you're already spending $1,000 on a CPU and then another $500 on the motherboard, you expect this shit to work.
Yeah, if you search for Foxconn on that thread, it'll take you to Foxconn or Lotus. It describes it.
Oh yeah,
Does your socket just say Foxconn on it or
I
something
see.
other?
I see
Here's
the
a
picture
picture.
here.
Yeah.
Zoom enhance.
Yeah. So, and Foxconn, for those of you who don't know, is that factory where they're like the working conditions there are so bad people were trying to kill themselves, and Apple goes through Foxconn.
Yeah, I mean, they're rushing out. This is a brand new part. I understand there's going to be some kinks in the armor, as they say, because, like they said, the Threadripper chips, they weren't even planning on actually making them. They just made them. They said, "Hey, why don't we make some of these?" And they made them, and people go, "Yeah, give me that shit," and they go, yeah, we'll sell it to you."
Right.
You still there,
But,
Ben?
yeah.
Yeah, just bored.
Oh, bored.
But you're right though. Like paying a lot of like all that money for that, you would think that this would be something that you wouldn't even think about. You know?
You pay $1,000 for just the CPU. That's about what I paid for my computer as a whole.
Yeah.
And then, not to count just the motherboard in general. And then if you have a bad, connection like that, it could screw up your actual CPU.
Yeah. Everything could get screwed up.
Well, like Jay said that he bent some pins, so he doesn't even think he can use it with another board.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben.
What?
Since we think we might have lost you want to talk about some cartoons?
Sure. Better not suck.
Oh, Crunchyroll is back online after a malware attack.
Oh, thank goodness.
The site was taken offline after users were prompted to download malware. What? Visitors to anime streaming service Crunchyroll were greeted with a prompt to download malware this morning, prompting the site's owners to take it offline while they resolve the issue. After going down for several hours, the site has resolved the issue and is now back online. The site's official Twitter feed sent out a warning just after 9 a.m. this morning, warning people not to access the site and said they were working to resolve the problem. Wow. What made you think to bring this one up, Ian?
Well, just because I knew that you were a fan of Crunchyroll, right?
I pay for their services, yes.
So were you pretty upset about this?
I didn't even know, sir. I use the app on my Roku, so I wouldn't know. I didn't download anything.
Right. I mean, it's not like a huge article. It's just I'm sure it's something concerning, I guess.
Well, all the sites, all the big sites get attacked, like Netflix and Hulu. All of them get something at some point.
Yeah.
And if you
but
want,
not our Crunchyroll though, not our anime. Come on now.
Right. Well, if you want Crunchyroll, if you want anime, legitimately, you have to either go through Anime Network, Funimation, Crunchyroll, or I think there's a third one. VRV or whatever the hell it's called, which is basically Crunchyroll, but with extra cost on top of it. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was gonna ask you if you were gonna watch this new show that's coming on Netflix. That it was, like a real life show, but it was based on an anime about these. It's kind of like a soap opera, but they have all the kids have like they're discovering they have like superpowers or something, but they're also discovering like trying to get through high school and stuff or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah. It's X-Men. You're explaining X-Men to me, Ian. Cue the music up, Ian. Cue the music up.
Oh, all right.
Yep, that's...
Demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah, he's explaining X-Men to me. What do you
I'm
think?
gonna get going.
Well, they had those like what are those the schoolgirl outfits? A lot of anime has or whatever.
Schoolgirl outfits.
Uh,
That's
Like where you have the
sailor
uniforms.
suit.
the sailor suit or whatever the preppy dress code schools would like the private schools.
Ben, what do you think of this?
Well, I don't think that's a good thing for Crunchyroll, but let's be honest, if you're already a fan of their service, well, where else you gonna go? So,
Right, you only got like 4 real outlets if you want to legitimately pay for content and support the creators.
But I think I'm gonna get going because my girlfriend's
Yeah.
asking where I'm at. So,
You better come and run it, Ben.
Well, we understand. We do have a lot to get through as far as news goes, and if you want to spend some time with your girlfriend, we appreciate that you even came on the show.
Yeah,
it's nice hanging out, guys.
Don't let her call you too long; she might get mad. Don't want to disappoint old sweet thing.
Anyway, Frank, you have fun with the rest of the show.
Oh yeah,
it's nice talking to you guys again, and
oh yeah.
I'll see you on the other side.
Thanks for coming on, boss.
See you later, buddy.
Later.
Hold on, gotta close the window.
Bye, Ben.
Later.
I gotta go. Thanks. Okay, hold on. Okay, bye.
Dang, I was about to start talking about him, and then he didn't hang up yet. That would have been embarrassing, huh? Start talking about, hey, what'd you say? What?
Nothing.
Oh,
your mother dresses you funny. Oh, why must you get these Tector articles with they usually have
they're so juicy though, even though they're so long.
They have PDFs in the middle of the fucking stories. Legal document, court finds that blah blah blah.
Well, let me look at it so I see if I know anything about it.
Let me see if I even fucking read it after I sent it to.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, you could read a couple paragraphs about it, but basically, this is about the Intel chipsets they're building in now has like a hidden computer pretty much built into it.
Well, you go ahead and go ahead and explain this one to us, there, Captain Ian. I don't feel like reading all this.
It says built into many Intel chipsets based platforms is a small, low-powered computer subsystem called the Intel Management Engine, Intel ME. The Intel ME performs various tasks while the system is in sleep during the boot process and when your system is running. The subsystem must function correctly to get the most performance and compatibility from your PC. That is inside recent Intel-based system. There's a separate computer within a computer, one that the end user never sees and has no control over, although a feature for some time it's been one of the Intel's better kept secrets, with details only emerging slowly. For example, a recent article on Network World pointed out that earlier this year, Dmitry Skill, I'll just say Dmitry.
Yeah.
Then Dmitry worked out that Intel's ME is probably running a variant of the Minix operating system. Yes, that Minix. The Network World article notes that a Google project has found out more about the ME system. According to Google, which is actively working to remove Intel's management engine from their internal servers for obvious security reasons, the following features exist within the Ring or within Ring. Full networking stack, file systems, many drivers, including USB networking and everything else, and a web server. That's right, a web server. Your CPU has a secret web server that you are not allowed to access, and apparently Intel doesn't even want you to know about. Why on God's green earth is there a web server in a hidden part of the CPU?
Why?
Yeah.
So they can send their data out to you. I want money. I want your money.
Yeah, I remember I heard talking a long time ago about Alex Jones was talking about a lot of these companies are putting like shit inside of the CPU or whatever that's can connect remotely, like over Wi-Fi or something. Even if your computer's turned off or disconnected from the internet, it could phone home to the, like the government or whatever corporations, which I mean, this sounds pretty ludicrous, but it's this is kind of showing that it's a little bit true.
I had you till you said
be possible to do something like that.
I was with you till you said Alex Jones said, and then my brain just stopped listening.
Right. It's just like if you wanted, this could be a tinfoil hat if depending on how you look at it.
No, eventually
go down that road.
Eventually shit will be coming out. There'll be people complaining, yeah, and it's been doing this and that and this, and then they'll say, well, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine a computer inside of your processor that is like on, even if your computer isn't on, and it's doing whatever it wants? I mean, wouldn't that concern you?
Yes. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, I mean, they wondered why Intel was so fast. It's because there's 2 computers built into the chip.
Yeah.
And they talk about AMD having dummy dies glued together. Meanwhile, they got entire CPUs glued onto. There's a computer in there, and it's going to tell your computer what to do, and you're not going to know about this computer.
Well, did you see? Since we were talking about it, the pins and the sockets before, did you watch Jay's newer video about how to fix bent pins on your CPU?
No, because I haven't had that problem yet.
Well, he was trying it on a newer processor. He said, I could have just used one of those older FX processors, but he's actually using, I think, a 1700X or whatever. And he's like, just to prove that I'm willing to do this, just, so I'm not just like trying to bullshit everybody or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing it, and he did break it off, and he said, if you break a pin off, you can either not do anything, and a lot of times it does work because there are dummy pins, which in his case it did end up working fine, or you could try soldering it back on. But apparently there's a lot of dummy pins on processors too, so like you said, dummy
well, like the
crap built in there.
Well, like the Threadripper, the 4 cores, they said 2 of them are dummy cores, which a lot of people are like, I don't believe it. I think that's actually they figure they're shut off, and AMD eventually go, oh, so Intel is all great now? Flip the switch. Now they all got 4 cores. Let's see, 4 sets of cores, because it's the way that the Threadrippers are split up. What was it? Was it 18 cores or something like that? And they're divided by 4, but actually only 2. So that 18 is out of 2. So if you multiply that, it would basically double the core count. But they all the patents and everything, they've said dummy die. So they could be, fake. And I think when they've delidded them, they've actually said they're dummies. But it's a conspiracy theory, man.
Don't you just love when you're sold something that has more power than what you're paying for?
There were a few AMD graphics cards that were labeled as 4 gig, but they were actually under the hood. They were 8. So
why not just make all the same thing and then just charge differently?
Well, it's like what with the FX series of chips, they were all basically the same. They were just clocked differently, but they said you could overclock them. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah. AMD is definitely a lot more open source, I guess.
Yeah, they're okay with it. And if we had Doug in here, oh no, why should a guy fuck with it? Because you paid for the K chip. Do you have the ability to fuck with it? Well, that you shouldn't fuck with it. Why should you even fuck with it? Because you're a grown up. You paid money. You can do with it what you want. You can soup up your sports car.
People that buy a processor, just a processor, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, you're paying the money for it. You pay the extra for the unlock component.
Yeah.
I mean, That right there. I mean, you're paying for more power, and more headroom. And I mean, are
Grandma's
you?
not going to buy a processor by
No,
itself.
no. Mima is not going to go out and buy a K a bend K chip. She's not going to do that.
Oh, oh. By the way, gentlemen, is this processor unlocked? Are you sure?
I need to be able to have that overclocking headroom. I'm going to put this bitch on liquid nitrogen. Did you see Jay did a video where he overclocked on liquid nitrogen?
I did see it, and they had to keep like pouring they had to keep pouring the liquid nitrogen on, and they had to keep doing like maintaining it and everything.
Yeah.
Depending on the workload, they had to treat it differently depending on how much workload the computer was using,
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, I wonder if they'll ever have like some kind of liquid nitrogen system that, depending on how much resources is needed, it would put more in there, because like apparently if you put too much in there, then that's bad. If there's not enough, that's not good too.
You mean for the home consumer, the prosumer? I think only if it'll ever get to the point where it'd be like an all-in-one cooler kind of method.
Yeah, did you get all the latest and greatest liquid nitrogen all in one?
Yeah. Oh, it exploded, and not only is my computer fucked, my children are blind now, and
yeah, because the liquid nitrogen just splashed all over their face.
Right. I mean, you can buy liquid nitrogen. It's not illegal, and it's not even. I don't know if it's technically a hazmat item. Might be. I'll have to Google that. Let's see. What is liquid nitrogen? Low temperature. Oh, there are majority hazards. I guess so. Oh, is liquid nitrogen hazardous? Sure. Let's go with yes, because you have to have a MSDS, so that would mean yes.
Well, what I found interesting is they were saying it's better for you to handle that stuff without any gloves, because of the normally if you splash them on your hands, it just evaporates or it just slides off. Where if you have a glove, that it'll seep into the glove and then like instantly freeze, and you get burned.
Well, I mean, liquid nitrogen isn't something you really want to handle if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, either way.
I mean, I've handled the tanks, but I wouldn't handle the straight up liquid. It's funny though how like scared people get. By the way,
yeah,
because like I've been on an elevator with the liquid nitrogen tank, and it'll go releasing pressure.
like, oh shit.
And yeah, people go, oh my God, is this supposed to do that? And I look at them and I say, yes, and actually that's a good sound. It's releasing pressure. You want it to do that. If not, it'll blow the fuck up.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, I have to confess, I might be a little bit like that myself, because in general, I mean, I want to get more experience with that type of stuff, but like in general, I don't have too much experience dealing with pressures and stuff. Like with, like, I don't know what the gauge, like what number on the gauges would be good for, like, like air brushes and paint guns and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, like what air pressure, like how to handle all that stuff,
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be really low. Even on a full size gun that you're spraying a car with, I don't think you use a whole lot of pressure.
Well, like I was thinking about getting one of those pressure pots for like dealing with like molds with the 3D printing stuff, and doing molds and like vacuum chambers and stuff, like all that. That's all pretty Greek to me. So
you're afraid you're
like, I hope I can figure it out.
He had a meth lab in his apartment, didn't you know? No, they come to your house and you have a pressure cooker. They think another thing. They think you're a bomber. So,
well, like you've used airbrushes and stuff before, right? You haven't.
I've been around them, but I personally have not used one. No, I've seen tutorials, but my knowledge is all third hand. I haven't actually played with one. There's also different kinds of paint guns for like painting a car or a house and stuff.
Well, there's this one guy I was trying to figure it out. This one guy was explaining you have a certain pressures for paint guns, and then you have lower pressures for the air guns because you don't have to have such a big nozzle and that much paint going through. I guess, right?
Right. I mean, your little canister of paint. Like when you paint a car, you literally will have it's like a can, like a soda can or a soup can hanging off of the gun full of paint. Whereas if you're doing airbrushing, it's literally just not even like a pocket, little thibble of paint, and it's
like a the nail paints or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's
bottle.
Yeah, it's actual urethane, urethane or enamel paint. It's just and it'll be watered down too because it uses such a low pressure to blow it. Yeah, it's an art form. I will admit that. I just personally I haven't tuned myself into that and those mixtures and ratios. It's a thing I'd like to learn myself.
It's a good skill it's a handy skill for anyone to have, I guess,
Yeah, I just I don't know enough to say that. Oh, by the way, with liquid nitrogen, you want to no. I just know that actually with liquid nitrogen, also they fill a tank by weight. They don't do it by the pounds because, from my understanding, I'm not sure if it's because there's negative pressure in there from the air that's in there. But when they fill one of those tanks, they do it by weight. They have a scale. They wheel the tank onto a scale, and then they fill it up until it reaches a certain weight. I've never actually filled one myself, but I've seen them being filled. And I've talked to guys at tank companies that handle dry ice and liquid nitrogen tanks, and they give me all kinds of educational little tidbits. But yes, Intel is spying on us. I totally do believe that.
Do you get a lot of those tanks though going through?
Where I work, not as much as we used to. We used to get 10 a day on a Friday, and one person would be in charge of delivering them. And they're 250 pounds apiece. So
yeah. Also, another way you can measure, I guess, is I was watching this guy called the King of Random on YouTube. I don't know if you watch him, but
no.
He was explaining why a lot of people for like the vacuum chambers or pressure pots, they'll measure with like how many inches of mercury or whatever the pressure like pushes up the mercury in the tubes or whatever. Yeah, he was sort of explaining that.
Pew. See what guy. What's this about EA?
Yeah.
Gaming's move away from ownership model is inevitable. EA. Publisher's VP of Investor Relations says the technology is already in place for a shift to an access model like Spotify or Netflix. What? Electronic Arts is in the business of selling games, but could soon be more appropriate to call it the business of selling selling access to games instead. Speaking at the Deutsche Bank Technology Conference today, the publisher's VP of Investor Relations, Chris Evenden, said EA has been laying the groundwork for a shift to streaming games through the cloud for some time. That's fucking stupid. From its 2015 streaming service offered through Comcast Xfinity to its EA Access and Origin Access Xbox One and PC subscription offerings. It's fucking stupid. So you're going to get a machine, whether it be a console or a computer, with more guts, and you're going to stream to the already capped internet that's probably going to be rolling out soon. Not smart, guys. Not smart. They're like, hey, this way we don't have to bank on us having no. They're gonna put all that money into servers, and then it's not gonna fucking work. EA has never been too good with any of this. They've run into all kinds of problems. I understand
EA has been pretty controversial with stuff,
They've been pissing people off. They've had a lot of problems. I hate to sound like Doug here, but this is not a good move on their part. I understand they're trying to get over something, and come up with something new. But it takes a lot to become the next Netflix. I mean, if you want to stream games, there's already been companies that have done that for years. And was it GameFly? They've been letting you, buy games and rent them. But I don't think they even went to the actual server route. I think they were just doing discs, weren't they?
Yeah.
So,
well, hey, it's the as a service is it's always better for the company. You just getting milked, all the time, constant income. Then,
right? But that's a download fee. Oh, there's a fee of this, and did you hear about GameStop's used game thing that they were doing? By the way, I don't know if you guys talked about that last week or not.
No, I know we did some GameStop with some kind of used games a while ago.
Yeah, with their used games, if you pay $60, I think, I'm not sure if it's a month or a year. There was a Tech Syndicate actually did a video discussing it. You can get as many games as you can in that 6-month period or something like that. But at the end, you have to pick one that you go, this is my last game. This is it. This is the one I'm buying. You basically rent. You take it home and say, okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. And problem is, they're like, well, what if you buy the first one you get? That's it. You spent $60 on a used game. You're not getting your money's worth. And I don't know. It's like it's very smart on their part because already they're trying to make money off their used market. And unlike Blockbuster and the like, they wouldn't have to pay the premium because when they get a game, they wouldn't have to pay a rental fee. It'd be like, oh, we got all these used games. We're not giving money to the, people who made it and shit. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, a bonus thing I wanted to ask you about was, since we're talking about games, is did you hear the developers that are with the Fallout New Vegas, or they're having, they're doing a project now or something?
Yeah, they've been teasing, and everyone thinks, are they going to do another New Vegas? Okay, for one, if they do anything with their property, they might do a re-release of New Vegas, but Bethesda's making way too much money to just say, oh yeah, you guys can use it. No, they're not going to make a new Vegas game. They're not going to make a new Fallout game. They might make a refined, like a Game of the Year edition or something like the re-release of Fallout New Vegas, but they wouldn't be able to have the licensing to make the exact same game. And maybe they might be doing because Fallout itself was a spin-off of Wasteland that came out. Yes, Wasteland came out in like 86, 88, and it was an RPG, and they were going to make a sequel, but they couldn't get the rights to it, so they said, well, fuck it, we'll make another one. They made Fallout, and they made that for several years. And they just recently came out with Wasteland 2, like 20-something years later, I think it was. So, but yeah, they could make something similar because, I mean, okay, nuclear fallout, and then what happens? World War III and shit.
But they're like, no, we want money.
Right. Well, see, the thing is, New Vegas wasn't made by Bethesda. Bethesda at the time was focusing on, I think they were focusing on Skyrim or something because they handed it over to Obsidian. This was after Fallout 3. Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, and then everyone liked New Vegas, and then some people liked it even more than Fallout 3. It was the same engine, kind of similar game, and then Fallout 4, some people wish they would go back to, well, a lot of people wish they would go back to the way they were for Fallout 1 and 2, but some people wanted 3 and New Vegas. But the thing is, people got all their hopes up going, oh, they're going to do. No, Obsidian does not have the property rights. They're not going to do. It's probably not even the same crew because Obsidian has done some. Their staffing has overturned and changed since they made that game. And like I said, Bethesda already realized that they cash in and just have the fans make all these mods for Fallout 4. So they're not going to just give away free money to Obsidian, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, this article we were talking about is stupid because through Comcast and Xfinity, didn't we just have an article about how Xfinity sucks?
Yeah.
So I mean, no, it's not pro. It's not pro consumer. It's pro game. It's pro company. Just like how Microsoft made all their money by licensing everything instead of building hardware. That's what they want to do. They want to, rent or give you a license to a game and then charge you every month. So if you really like a game and you keep basically playing it for months and months and months, you basically pay that rental for that stupid game that you could have bought just once. And then even if they do all this bullshit, the way Ubisoft does now, you can't get all the games for the same price. You can't. I don't think even all the EA games are available on there, are they?
I don't think so.
And they're not. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely, a lot of these companies though, they're like, oh yes, single player games are dead, and then annual games are dead. It's just like just paid all. It's gonna be all online services,
Yeah, it's gonna be all online, and you're gonna rent it, and
no story mode,
right? And you fucking better like it. No backup, and if we decide to not have it, well, then we're not gonna have it. We don't want cheaters.
Well, the thing I noticed is like, well, a lot of companies, they really take power away from you as a customer more and more.
Yes,
you have less say so and less power. Although the business model works for them, that's for them, though.
Well, if you look at it this way, at least in this country, the bureaucrats, who make the laws, have had their pockets lined by every company. The pharmaceutical industry, basically writes the legislation and gives it to the lawmakers to propose it like their own. Same with the FCC. And that's the whole reason they're dragging their feet with like the net neutrality thing right now. People have signed and, rallied and done all kinds of crap. And they go, I don't know what you're talking about. People don't like it. People want to get rid of it. And they're like, what people? And they look, and more of the people that are against it are actually dead people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
or they don't even understand how the internet works.
Right. So, yeah. But anyway,
they want your money.
That's right. They're not going to get my money.
Well, you don't even play EA games, so.
I have whatever free ones came, like the Ubisoft games I got for Uplay, or like the whatever free games were free that week. Ooh. After online outage, Logitech will now replace Harmony Link devices for free. I thought they were shutting them all down.
Well, I think after all the outrage of pretty much, they're getting rid of all the support and stuff for them. Of effectively, your Link device was going to be bricked or whatever they were saying.
They said that they were going to push out an update to. They were going to because it had to be cloud. It was all cloud supported, and they said they were going to just go ahead and brick them.
But I think this article was talking about they were going to replace that for you for something newer or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, because before it was if you have a 1-year warranty, then you could get the new one for a discount. They're like, you'll have a new device no matter your warranty status, because everyone got pissed off. Customers were rightfully outraged when Logitech announced it would end service and support for its Harmony Link devices next year. Now, Logitech is attempting to right some of the wrongs of this situation, even though its plans to end the life of all Link devices hasn't changed. According to a Logitech blog post, the company will now provide all Harmony Link users with a free replacement Harmony Hub before service and support to Link devices ends in March 2018. When Link users were notified of the discontinuation via email, Logitech also informed them that customers within a warranty could replace the Link with a Harmony Hub for free. However, out-of-warranty customers were only allowed a 35% discount to purchase the Harmony Hub. Customers were originally frustrated by Logitech's decision to end the life of Link devices, apparently solely for business purposes. Many users claimed they experienced no problems with the link and the devices worked as promised. However, some were also upset that Logitech was essentially forcing them to pay for an updated device that they wouldn't want or need if not for Logitech's decision to brick their currently functioning devices. Now all customers can get a free Harmony Hub to replace their to-be bricked Harmony Link regardless of warranty state. We will reach out to you between now and March 2018 to make arrangements to replace your link with the free Harmony Hub. The Logitech's blog post details. So,
yeah,
and built-in obsolescence. I mean,
this second article, if you click on that, the Tector one, this one was a different flavor of that. Logitech once again shows that in the modern era, you don't really own what you buy.
We already had that as a discussion.
Well, yeah, but it was a different flavor. I thought it was interesting that we should have in there a different outlook, I guess.
From the sorry I can't do that Dave department. Time and time again, we've highlighted how in the modern era you don't really own the hardware you buy. In the broadband connected era, firmware updates can often eliminate functionality promised to you at a launch, as we saw with the Sony PlayStation 3. And with everything now relying on internet connectivity, companies can often give up on supporting devices entirely, often leaving users with very expensive paperweights, as they saw after Google acquired Revolve. The latest example of this phenomenon is courtesy of Logitech, which annoyed customers this week by announcing that it will be shutting down all support for the company's Harmony Link Hub. Released in 2011, the Link Hub provided smartphone and tablet owners the ability to use these devices as universal remotes for thousands of devices. But users over at the Logitech forums say they've been receiving emails informing them these devices will be effectively bricked in the new year. So this is before, because this is...
Yeah, and they do have an update at the end of the article about the Logitech announced that all existing Harmony Link users will be upgraded.
After some novel backlash, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just including this in the the news article. So
yeah, but, if you bought a car in 1966, you drove off, you had a car, and you'd hope that they keep making parts for it, and that would be the only thing you'd be liable for. If you buy a car now, you got to hope the upgrade and the software and bullshit goes, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of hardware and technology is becoming more and more like it's disposable,
Well, it's like they said, it's firmware. It's not hardware, and it's not software, but it's firm. It's in there. You can't really get rid of it.
And you don't mess with that firmware either, like your tractor firmware.
Right. Well, is that your last story, sir?
Yeah. Did you have any, you got some good, interesting ones here?
Oh, I've got some. I don't know if they've already been talked about or not, because I didn't tune in while I was on vacation either, so.
All right.
Hold on, I got to type this one up here. Okay. I don't know how you didn't discuss this. Exclusive. Raj, radio technology boss, leaves AMD.
Uh-oh.
Now, this was data on the 7th. So you know where he went?
Where?
You'll never guess. Raj joins Intel as chief architect, will develop discrete GPUs and more. Yeah. Intel today announced the appointment of Raja Koduri as Intel chief architect, senior vice president in the newly formed Core and Visual Computing Group, and general manager of a new initiative to drive edge computing solutions. In this position, Koduri will expand Intel's leading position in integrated graphics for the PC market with high-end discrete graphics solutions for a broad range of computing segments. So yeah.
he's gonna so is they're gonna help Intel make some graphics cards now or something?
He works for Intel now. He's Team Blue.
Right, but they're talking about graphics, and Intel doesn't do graphics. Well, they do the crappy Intel onboard things, right?
Well,
Unless if he's going to be working on helping putting all the good parts of the Threadripper or whatever into the Intel chips. I don't know.
he can't do anything with AMD. He left AMD and he's working for Intel now.
But he has like a lot of general knowledge about what made Threadripper and all those other processors good, you know?
Well, he was on the Radeon division.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think the future is going to be for Intel then? Like, how is he going to?
Well, hold on. Hold on. Here's one for thought. The dark side of AMD. This is the end. The unthinkable happened. AMD joins the dark side. Target markets for the APU are explained. This is a sea change which could lead to massive changes in the industry. Kyle Bennett of HardOCO.com will be smiling today. He was the first to introduce the rumor that Intel and AMD were joining forces. Smoke precedes fire. Truth is stranger than fiction. Now that the deal is official, let's see how it benefits both Intel and AMD while being detrimental to NVIDIA. This is the end of AMD as we know it. Something wonderful is in the works. So yeah, basically it's about the whole what they were saying about what was it, the Intel and AMD, was it the APUs?
Yeah, the graphics that are in part of the processor.
Yeah, Intel squeezed an AMD graphics chip, RAM, and CPU into one module. Intel may have unveiled its latest core CPUs for mainstream laptops, but the company has something more advanced up its sleeves for what it calls its enthusiast customers. The new chip will be part of the 8th generation Core H series of processors and comes with discrete level graphics cards built in, as well as its own RAM. Having all this built into the processor frees up space for other components inside a laptop, so device manufacturers can squeeze in things like larger batteries or more optimal fan designs. Intel is not sharing performance details for the new CPUs yet, but it's promising power that will be good enough for gamers or content creators who often run taxing programs like Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom.
So they're going to make AMD or APUs with Radeon graphics in them then?
Hold on.
That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Specifically, the new processor integrates a semi-custom AMD graphics chip and the second generation of Intel's high broadband memory, HBM2, which is comparable to GDDR5 in a traditional laptop. The three typically distinct components are able to coexist on one chip because of Intel's embedded multi-die interconnect bridge, which allows heterogeneous silicon to quickly pass information in extremely close proximity. The company also came up with a power sharing framework that lets the GPU manage each component's temperature, performance, and energy use. The infrastructure should free up about 3 square inches of board space that could either be used for other components as described above or make for thinner laptops altogether. The idea is that powerful laptops for gamers no longer have to be clunky or chunky beasts. The new Core H processor is the first consumer product to use EMIB, which is the Intel's embedded multi-die interconnect bridge, and will be released in the first quarter of 2018, and many laptop makers are expected to offer products powered by the chip. This is a pretty significant development that not only benefits the enthusiast audience, but could also have trickle-down effects that could improve mainstream laptops and even other devices in the future. So basically, they took the die of a GPU and stuck it on a silicon board with the CPU and some fucking RAM.
So this is going to be bad for AMD then?
Well, no, because it's a AMD graphics chip. So it's like they took the die out of AMD graphics card and put it on the same board as the CPU and the RAM. And I mean,
Well, who's gonna get a cut of what though? I mean, like, who are you gonna buy these from? You know?
well, I mean, it's going to be an Intel part because Intel makes the connection. It's just they're sourcing their GPU chips from AMD. So basically, it's like when Apple was buying their RAM or whatever it was from Samsung.
Right. They're still gonna get some kind of money though.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean they're not doing this shit for free.
No,
But
I'm just not sure how profitable it'll be for them. You know?
oh, I mean it will if this sells like hotcakes. Their goal is to make GPUs, whether or not they actually make a full size, graphics card, or it's going to be cheaper for them to just sell the GPU chip to Intel and let them actually handle all the processing. So eventually, I see this turning over a good chunk of money to them. But
by the way, did you see that there was a YouTube video? I forget what it was called, but there was back in the mid to later 90s. There was actually a third processor company that was a third competition between Intel and AMD. It began with a C. I forget what it was called.
don't know.
But I found that interesting because I'm sure it would be cool to see a third processor company. You know, it's always good to have more competition. You know.
Right. By the way, if you have a laptop, this little box can make even the junkiest laptop a gaming PC. We're probably surrounded by more computers than you know what to do with, whether it's the phone in your pocket, an old clunker at home, or the sleek little ultra portable you got from work. And while they are more than enough for everyday tasks, when it comes to real graphics prowess, I'm talking about serious gaming, 3D design, or photo video editing. Most systems don't have the guts or the space to accommodate the kind of silicon you need to push pixels around.
You don't got the guts.
So as a workaround, some companies resort to putting graphics cards in their own little boxes and then tethering them to the computer using a number of different cords. Unfortunately, those solutions are usually complicated and often quite pricey. However, with the increasing availability of Thunderbolt 3, that idea of adding graphics power via an external housing got a lot less daunting. That's because Thunderbolt 3 is a multi-purpose transfer standard that can send up to 40 gigabits per second of data and 100 watts of power through a single USB Type-C port. That's more than enough bandwidth to push video to multiple 4K displays while still carrying enough juice to keep your notebook brimming with power. Now, this doesn't do much for phones, but almost every single flagship ultra-portable laptop has at least one Thunderbolt 3 port, while Apple's new 13 and 15-inch MacBook Pros have no fewer than two. But back to the topic at hand, external GPU enclosures, or eGPUs. Right now, mainstream choices include products like Alienware Graphics Amplifier, Razer Core V2, or Asus ROG XG Station 2. But Alienware's graphic amp uses a proprietary cable that only works with other Alienware notebooks, while the Razer Core and Asus XG Station 2 cost $500 or more just for the box, which means you're going to have to shell out at least another $150 or so for a GPU with printing inside. But if you dig a little deeper, there are smaller manufacturers like Sunet that have been crafting eGPUs for years, but without the hype you get from bigger computer brands. And just last week, Sunet released a more affordable external graphics box starting at $450 with an AMD RX 560 GPU or $600 with an RX 570. Now, I know what you're thinking. These things still aren't that cheap, and you're not wrong, but for a single package that can completely change the performance of your system, at least we're moving in the right direction. So, and they gave some actual, what do they call them, benchmarks here. They showed, without the puck and with the puck. Okay. Rise of the Tomb Raider and shit like that. So you could actually see, DisplayPort, HDMI, So that's a nice little thing to have there if you want to, game with that.
Yeah. By the way, did you see that Lions video on the RGB sound card?
No.
Yeah, so he did a video on it about how Some cards really aren't relative. They're not
Yeah, relevant
relative in
anymore.
this day. Relevant. That's the word. Thank you. Relevant. But he said it's relevant because it's pretty good quality and it has RGB.
Do I need a sound card? Yeah, it's got that RGB on it.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna ask you though, like, what do you think? Since a lot of these laptops and stuff can get, there you could with the Thunderbolt and stuff in 4K and everything, they're pretty good for getting signals going out of the laptop. But as far as signals coming in, would you ever get a capture card or whatever? Since I know you still want to do streaming and stuff, but what do you think about capture cards for like consoles and shit and external sources?
blech,
Gaming.
blech.
You don't want to stream you playing some old school games, man.
If you want to stream, get a real fucking computer. If you want to do a little dinky console shit, okay, that you can stream with that too, whatever. And if you have a laptop, get one of these and then pay some money. Oh wait, get a real computer and save some fucking money. Because if you have a powerful enough CPU, you don't need anything else really.
Yeah.
So,
Well, would you do the older games to do emulators or whatever?
I would just have one computer that can do it all because I'm all about that overkill.
Well, yeah. I'm just asking. Like, you could either do the emulators, or if you want to do it the legit way, I guess you could get those in bundles or something on Steam. Can you?
I mean, I don't know. Depends on the system. Sega has a whole bunch of packs that they're selling. It's just like I said, why have a shitty little laptop when you can have a computer that does it all? And by the way, I got a Steam Link, so my current games I can play on the computer from a TV somewhere else in the house.
Oh, nice.
And I got it when I told you there was the Steam Link sale it was $1, and I had paid $7 for a game. So, woohoo! And the game was already on my wish list, so. But anyway, by the way, speaking of gaming, the Xbox One, this guy says it's a tough sell. The Xbox One X does exactly what it's meant to do, but who is it for? What do you think?
Fake gamers, I guess. I don't know.
I know
like
a guy.
Fake enthusiasts, I guess, because like if you need that much power or whatever, yeah, go get like a real computer or whatever,
Right. I've got a Xbox fanboy buddy who has had every version of the Xbox, I think, since the 360. He even went, to the fucking the One, now the One X, and it's like $500, right? I mean,
yeah, but it's got teraflops, though, Frank.
Yeah, he's like, oh, dude, it's gonna have more teraflops than yours, and I'm like, no, if I get a Vega, it's gonna have 12 teraflop. You can't beat that. Well, yeah, but and I'm like, and I only had to buy about one machine, and it's gonna last all these years, and you don't have to rebuy your fucking games. When your 360 games, you can't play them on the One. Oh, your One games you can't play on the One X. I don't really actually know what their limitations are, but for a while they weren't backwards compatible, which is stupid.
Right.
So this guy just says it's a hard sell. Let's see. Oh, and they got a discussion about it. Two people talking.
This is just like making a Mac that's geared towards gaming,
Yeah, it's a custom version of the AMD. It's an APU, and even at your best, it's an APU.
Yeah.
And then I just brought this up because I figured this would be one way to look at it, and then this other article that's like the Xbox One games at launch, the boosts, the bummers, and the bottom line. Because I don't know what even games it comes with. I mean.
Well, I think the thing that's really they're trying to bank off is that Assassin's Creed Origins or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But Nate won't. He definitely won't get it because he doesn't like the idea of any kind of liquid being inside of a console or whatever that's meant for kids to play. You know, because it's supposed to be water cooled.
Oh. Here's some of
So
the shit from Wolfenstein.
yeah, that is ridiculous though. Like that's kind of like redundant. A water cooled APU.
Yeah, it's like next up, my USB fan is going to be water cooled.
Yeah. Well, actually, did you see the water cooled power supply video that Linus did?
No. Oh yeah, he's like, what? But oh, by the way, I don't know how long this will last here. AMD's Threadripper 1900X is on sale. I don't need lotion. It's on sale for $450. Save $100 on their already least expensive chip.
Nice.
So when it was launched, it was $550, and today it's on Amazon for $450.
What is it? The Threadripper with the 1900 or whatever?
Yeah, 1900X.
Yeah, which is a little bit. I think it had a higher. It's pretty much the same as the 1800X that I got from my computer, but it has a higher boost clock. A little bit.
Check it out. If you're lucky enough to live near a Micro Center, you can pick it up in store for $350. Oh, fuck you with your ads. Go away. How the fuck do I make this go away? There it is. X wasn't there. Okay. Yeah, in-store pickup only. $349. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, that's 1800X. What? Where the hell is the 1900? Is that in the description? It says it's only. Oh, if anyone wants towards third person, you can find it. If not, Ryzen 7. So the 1800X. Okay, so the 1800X is on sale for $400 Amazon or $350. Okay, so that's the 1800X. I didn't read. I apologize. I didn't read the whole paragraph.
So how much? What is it? It's $350.
This is $350 for an 1800X. So is that what you got?
Yeah, I got it. I got it for $350 earlier this year.
Yeah, so that's if you want the, if you want the 350. If you don't want to get a Threadripper, because the Threadripper, the motherboard is a little more expensive, and you got to make sure you don't get the one that doesn't work. That's kind of important.
Yeah, the PSA was to avoid the Foxconn sockets if you're going to get the Threadripper. So, but yeah, it's a good deal. So they must be doing that again, because I think that was only for a little bit when I got it that they were doing that for.
By the way, you know the whole Loot Crate thing that's going around now?
Nope. I don't see any articles where it's not talking about Loot Crate or loot boxes or whatever.
Right. Blizzard CEO on loot boxes. I don't think Overwatch belongs in that controversy. According to ESRB, Entertainment Software Rating Board, to read this ad, loot boxes are not gambling, despite the surrounding and ongoing controversy tied to randomized item systems. Speaking to their inclusion in Overwatch, Blizzard co-founder and president Mike Ramain feels the shooter's interpretation of loot boxes is fair game. In conversion with Game Informer at BlizzCon 2017, more fans suggested there is absolutely nothing wrong with crates that offer randomized items. And that whatever the controversy is, he doesn't think Overwatch deserves to be named in that overarching discourse. I don't know. Well, that's usually the first telltale sign. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong. That usually means there's something fucking wrong, and they know everything about it. Right? I mean.
Yep.
But we'll see.
We'll see, I guess.
Remember that pirates science site?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To touch back on it a little bit, court orders that they shut down. But unfortunately, the rulers
didn't
of
I do
previous
this
matter.
article?
I don't know. We've been bringing up that they were in trouble, that they were sued again.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had brought it up. I just figured I have like 3 on this one. I just wanted to post them so people can read them because it's good to know.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. About it.
This is the 7th. Let me see what date this other one is because I don't know. I don't know if there are updates. Like when I saw the guy from AMD leaving, it was AMD's guy leaves. AMD's guy is going to Intel. And it's like, oh well, shit. That's more important right now. Yeah, this is the lady that was running the whole thing. Post Science Hub, $15 million fine. But yeah, she's a Canadian. Is she Canadian? I forget where she's from. See, this is from the 6th. So they charge a fine, and they're like, basically, you should shut down. And she's like, no, fuck you. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But hey, we always talk about tinfoil hats, right?
Yeah.
Well, take the tinfoil hat off and use it for better Wi-Fi speeds. A shocking new report.
What?
For fucking advertisement. For years, there have been guides on the web on how to improve your Wi-Fi reception using a carbon reflector and tinfoil. But now research has shown tinfoil really can speed up your Wi-Fi. Researchers at Dartmouth College who don't read the internet seemingly have revived the old idea of make at home parabolic reflector, reports Eureka Alert. Seriously, Google it. This information has been around for at least a decade. Here's an example of Lifehacker from 2007. The only difference is the 3D printed bit. Now, I didn't know anything about this site, but I had seen multiple links here. So let me show you another one just to TechCrunch. Researchers discover aluminum foil actually does improve your wireless speed. I had heard about it, and I'm like, that's fucking ghetto. That's like putting tin foil on your rabbit ears, but...
Or like, what was that? I think Linus did a video on it or whatever, wrapping like your Ethernet cords in something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something helps or whatever.
I just saw that, and I was like, I gotta share that. I mean, if you got slow speeds, what's the worst that can happen?
Did they give any kind of performance specs? Like, does it help give you a few megabits extra or something?
They have a paper here. Hold on. Dr. Zhao, let's see. Oh,
there's not any specs then. Like, if it's just like, oh, it makes it better, then it's like,
oh, here you go. Here's some figures and graphs and all kinds of shit.
I like pie charts.
Well, pie is the most delicious of the charts.
Yeah.
See, here they show pictures and graphs.
Words.
Yeah, words. You can read it yourself. I just thought the headline, was like, oh, we talk about tinfoil hats. I gotta.
No, what would be funny is if you started getting ads for tinfoil and wireless routers.
Right. But since we've been talking about AMD and how all the graphics cards are going to the damn miners, someone deleted some code in a popular cryptocurrency wallet, and as much as 280 million in Ether is locked up. Look at this guy.
Oh my god.
An estimated 280 million worth of the cryptocurrency Ether is now locked up after a user accidentally deleted the code necessary to access the digital wallets hosted by the company Parity Technologies. the vulnerability affects multiple signature digital wallets launched through parody since July 20th. Multi-sig wallets usually contain large sums of money since they are used primarily by startups or large groups looking to prevent any one member from running off with the money. So like, this guy,
it's multiple people are they're suffering from that then or whatever. It's not just the one guy losing all this money, right?
Yeah, some dipshit hit the backspace. Update: to the best of our knowledge, the funds are frozen and can't be moved anywhere. The total ETH circulating social media is speculative. So yeah, they're like trying to do damage control at this point. When you deal with digital money, you got to worry about digital problems.
Yep.
But that makes me laugh a little bit. Makes me happy.
Makes you happy. You don't get into that cryptocurrency.
No, if I get an expensive card, it's for gaming.
Yeah.
As God intended it.
Well, there's people that have like put all this money in these mining machines that it's only what, like $100 or something that you get a week or whatever. It's not like as crazy as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I don't know. I wonder why Doug was so mad about his. Maybe he was having his little HPs trying to crank out stuff. And
by the way, you're talking about that. You're talking about referencing. Oh no, you're talking about all of his computers and stuff that he's bought, like the junk computers.
Yeah. I saw this. I thought this might be kind of cool, but it might be another tinfoil hatty thing. Amazon's Cloud Cam checks all the right boxes at very nice price. So if you're wanting a Wi-Fi security camera for $119.99, you can buy the camera, but then you have to get the app to run it, which is cloud-based. Dat app, yes. So Basic for $6.99 a month or $69 a year offers access to the last 7 days of motion detection clips for up to 3 cameras. Extended is $9.99 a month or $100 a year. Offers access to the last 14 days of motion detected clips for up to 5 cameras. Or Pro, $19.99 a month or $200 a year. Offers access to the last 30 days of motion detection clips for up to 10 cameras. But yeah, so you basically you buy their camera and then you buy their service. It's smart on their part, but the Internet of Things is a scary thing. So
yeah,
I mean, if you're someone who orders a bunch of shit from Amazon, why not order your camera from them too? I guess.
Do you buy like a lot of Amazon basic stuff?
Not a lot of basic stuff. I just order stuff with Prime because I'm too lazy to go out to the store and get it.
I mean because they have that brand Amazon Basics.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if it's got good reviews. That's the main reason to go to Amazon versus like eBay. You see actual reviews of the product. If you see a review on eBay that's not seller feedback, it's usually something from Amazon that they piped into the eBay feed to confuse you, to make you think that there's, when Nan is clicking, oh, this has 5 stars. No, the product has 5 stars. This seller has none. And,
Right.
But, yeah, that's my last story, by the way. If, any other thoughts on this article?
No, I did have a question though, because about an article that you linked for me when you were gone. I didn't get a chance to do it because I've been, I sort of got to put my money in. Like I still got to buy my monitor, and I need to buy a bunch of cables so I can get. I need to rearrange my setup and stuff a little bit for when I get my new monitor. And a couple other things I wanted to buy.
How many upvotes are you going to get on battle stations?
I don't know. I'm pretty far from ready to do any kind of pictures of my battle station, because I suggested before we should all do, like put up our battle stations or whatever. Since you said you weren't ready yet, and I'm not, say me, you, and Doug or whatever should do that and see what kind of upvotes we get. But
I
Did you take advantage of that VPN thing that you sent me, because that looked like a really good deal? What was your thoughts about it since you sent it to me?
no, I have not. I just know you said you were looking at a VPN.
Right. Well, I didn't get a chance to take advantage of it, but it looked like they had a good deal. Also, if the lifetime thing is gone now, at that 5-year thing for like $30 or $40 or whatever, that looked pretty good too. I might do that because, I mean, who knows? After 5 or 10 years, maybe VPNs will change and they'll be obsolete. They won't really be good anymore or whatever. Kind of like
Right.
how Torrent thing became. Like it's getting less and less secure and stuff.
Right. It's just like my, it popped up in my news feed, and I knew it was relevant to something you were looking at, so I figured I'd send it to you. Ben asked me why that VPN was better than some other ones, and I said it legitimately was just the first thing that came up. So,
And also, I would like to say that if you want to do a private torrenting or whatever, a lot of the VPN sites like Tunnel Bear, you can't do torrenting or whatever. I researched into that, and there's a couple other famous ones that will absolutely not do any kind of torrenting. They definitely distance themselves with that or from that. So, because I was looking at Tunnel Bear, since you always see it on Linus's channel,
right.
But no, they're not into that shit. They're like, I don't want none of that shit.
Right. No, I looked at it, and not too much because I don't I don't know enough about it to actually get that involved in it, but I saw it and said, "Oh, Ian was looking at some of that shit."
I appreciate you showing that to me, and it's I couldn't do the lifetime thing right now, and I'm not sure how much it's going to go up to, but it's definitely probably service that I want to consider getting in general. Not just for the deal.
Right. Well, you just want to look at what they have. I don't know what they have anyway. I just saw the headline and said, "Oh, that's a decent price for a lifetime if that's what you're needing."
Yeah. Also, I have to pay a little bit of money to fix this.
What happened?
The camera lens on my phone broke. Even though I got this thick case on it, I somehow I think I banged it on a corner or something just perfectly, so the corner fit into the case.
Yeah. That's how it always happens. I had a buddy that the corner just happened to hit his screen.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they sell for like $10 or $15. You could get the replacement lens because it's pretty much it's like a piece of glass with sticky stuff. So like I gotta pick all this glass off of it and clean up the adhesive on there. So thankfully it's just it's a pretty easy fix.
Cool.
Yeah. So, because otherwise I had a warranty, but you got to pay like $60 for the warranty to cover it. It's like you got to pay for the warranty part.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a couple different places, like at the mall by here. They were wanting to do one of those kiosks. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, you got to pay. We charge $55."
$55?
Yeah, it was like some kind of Indian. It's usually Indian guys at those kiosks trying to sell you phones and stuff.
Right.
So that was 55. And then we looked up. There's this place called Broke Ass Phones that was by the mall. It was literally called Broke Ass Phones.
And then you give them your phone, and then they close up, and you go, "Hey."
They were charging 40. So, but if I say $20 or whatever doing it myself, my dad was going to help me because his vision is better than mine. So
yeah,
it'll be better for him to help me with that because it's a little bit of precise work. Yeah,
you kind of want to be able to see.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about getting one of those flexible magnifiers or whatever for my soldering and stuff.
Cool. Like
Um,
I saw like the helping hands and stuff. Now they come with clip-on magnifying glasses and shit.
yeah, you can do clip-on lights or whatever too. But yeah. So, well, it looks like we had a full night of news tonight.
Whew. Somehow we got through it.
Yeah, Ben squeezed out of there early,
Right.
but
Let's hurry up, get the hell out of here before Doug comes on. Shit. Hey,
no,
ladies,
actually,
I just got done pumping iron at the gym. It's 1 a.m.
yeah. Look at that triple fat.
That's what your mom said.
Yeah, what's he always say? Nintendo sucks.
Yeah. What's he always say? I don't know, some hateful shit.
Yeah.
Whatever you like sucks.
Yeah, whatever you like sucks. Yeah, he's definitely is very picky about stuff, it seems like,
Yeah.
And whatever he does like, he defends vehemently,
His show should just be called Doug Has Opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna invite him, but when I type in Doug into the invite thing, the search doesn't bring up any Dougs for some reason.
What?
Yeah. Like, because I type in B, Ben's comes up right away. F, I type Frank comes up. So
he's
I
Doug
typed
Russell.
in yeah, I typed in Douglas Russell and it nothing came up. Because usually before when these first started coming on the show, I had to type in his full name, and then it became where I could just type in a D or Doug or whatever, and it is his first on there. So I don't know. But well, I'm glad you came back. Everybody was missing you, Frank.
Everybody else on the show?
Well, it was weird. I was thinking about trying to do a show. I thought it would be interesting to give it a try. Maybe I was thinking about trying, if I had to do it myself, I would. And I was thinking about maybe doing like a bunch of trivia and stuff to see, like I was going to guess how many I would get right or wrong, on the either, and do a bunch of those. And, like a couple of news articles that I found in battle stations. But it's just like, I wasn't having that great of a week, and just like being motivated by yourself is like a lot harder when you're not in really good mood versus when you have other people to help kind of like cheer you up and have discussions with and stuff,
Right.
It'd be pretty boring if I wasn't in a good mood.
Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't been feeling good the last 2 days. Today's the first day I felt like I could sit down for more than a couple hours and not kill myself.
Dude, what would you have done if your body was starting to flare up when you were on vacation?
Oh, I didn't feel 100% on vacation. I had like a couple aches and pains, but I wasn't as bad as I had been. Like I was fine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I woke up Thursday and I just was like, no, this isn't. I let the dogs out in the morning. They go outside and I stand there at the door and I go, okay, I feel I could go to work. Thursday, I just was standing there and I'm like, I want to lay the fuck down. I can't stand up. Because like I said, my knees, just to go down the stairs and back up the stairs, I lay down in bed, my knees are going, thum, 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 thum,
Oh,
thum.
shit.
And it felt like someone hit him with a baseball bat. And that's not really doing anything. If I had been at work and moving them constantly and standing all day where I'm on them, or laying, if I stay in one position, like when I do the show, if I have a flare up or something, I can't do it because I won't be able to get out of this chair. Because after a couple hours, my legs are locked solid in a position.
Yeah.
So,
hey, if you don't pay up, we're going to take this baseball bat to your knees.
Yeah. My doctor described it when first
Or
said
we'll
I
give
had
you
gout
gout.
pain. Yeah, he's like, well, it feels like you have broken glass in your joints, which is the best description. It's like you're crawling in broken glass, or if it's like my elbows get it, it feels like you're moving around and there's busted glass grinding in your joints in my fucking fingers. And I'm like, oh god, no! Just my dogs make me mad because they make me get up to let them out into shit, and that's all I do. That's the only thing I did the last 2 days is get up, let them out, eat, so I can take more medicine and lay down. So I've been grateful to be able to get up and like I wanted to go to work because you sit and you only have your dogs to talk to all day. My wife works, I work. You get lonely and crazy. So
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, I remember one time I fell on my elbow in the hard floor in my parents' basement, and after that, it's like putting continued pressure on it, like can make it like I get like a sharp pain in it, and yeah, I guess my dad said he had the same thing. It's like some kind of sack or something in your elbow. That
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Well,
But
my wife's cousin's husband, he just told us that he has gout now. So I ran into him at he went with us on vacation. I said, hey, man, I heard you have gout too. I'm sorry. He goes, yeah. He's like, I got it in my big toe and it started swelling up. He's like, and you know what I didn't expect? I'm like, what's that? He goes, it really fucking hurt. I go, I have medical leave for it. Yes, it fucking hurts.
dude, in your toe, I got it in my whole body, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, granted, he's like a lawyer, so he has a desk job, so he's not moving around. The big toe is a big joint, so that's one of the places to get it. Like I said, my knees get it, my elbows and hands get it, and my feet too. It moves around. It doesn't stay in one spot. Sometimes it'll flare up somewhere. Sometimes it's another spot.
Well,
And
what would you have done if you were pretty much bedridden for your whole visit? I mean, you would have been pissed, man. That would have been devastating.
yes, I mean, usually the weather has a lot to do with it. Right before a storm or a big weather change, it sucks. I wasn't feeling the greatest. I had a little bits of aches and pains, but I have my medication that helps me through. The nicer weather really helped. If I was here in Ohio when it was like 20, 30 degrees, I get up in the morning, everything's popping, cracking, I can't move stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's a question for you. Do you think if you were living in Florida, you think that would have a big benefit?
I mean,
your health?
they get storms and shit too. So like I said, it just plus it's partially dietary. It's just, I mean, my body just does it on its own too. Because Ben thought it was my diet because I ate bacon and all that shit, and he's a vegetarian. He's got it too. So I'm predisposed for the shit.
Hey, Taco Bell is probably a lot healthier than a Baconator a day or 2 Baconators a day.
I don't eat Taco Bell every day. I eat more like if I do eat fast food, I eat Chipotle, which is like just rice and chicken and shit. I'm trying to cut back. My wife's actually we're going to start cooking more at home and stuff, and trying to eat healthier because they got this.
Are you a good cook? Can you?
No,
cook?
no, I can't cook a lick. No,
Me neither, man.
I can pour milk on cereal, and I can burn the shit out of some popcorn. That's about it.
I can make fry up burgers and stuff a little bit.
No, I can't do that. When
Make
I was
pasta.
when
You know how to do the grill, man?
I know how, but I can't do it. No, I don't trust myself. When I was single, I would get microwave vegetarian like chicken nuggets and sausage links, put them in the microwave, and that's what I would eat.
Oh man,
and a lot of cereal. So, but no,
So your wife cooks up what you were saying, a lot of food then? A lot of healthy food?
Well, she's, gonna actually be the one cooking, so we're trying to eat healthier. They got a big push with the new insurance at my work. They've got that incentive to, really, it used to be, we'll give you a discount if, you sign up for all this, and they realized that wasn't doing it. So it's like, we're going to charge you money now. Think of all the savings. So I'll get into that off the air.
my parents, my dad, he was sort of flipping out the other day because they had sent him a letter saying that they weren't, because my dad he's gonna have to get this surgery because he has this arm he's had like a lot of weakness and pain in his one arm, and so he has to get an MRI, and they weren't going to cover the MRI, which is pretty expensive just doing a scan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $4,000 or $5,000.
My liver, I had to get an ultrasound twice because the first time I went to the doctor and my blood test came up with goofy as hell numbers. So they're like, we want to make sure you're not in liver failure. We don't know if your liver is hardening. So they had me do an ultrasound, and I didn't know what the hell the results meant because I'm not a fucking doctor. And I went to another doctor because I stopped going to the one I was going to. And they, said, is there anything we should know? And I said, well, my numbers of my blood tests are going to come back crazy as hell because of my liver. And they go, well, what's wrong with your liver? I go, I don't fucking know. They said, well, I told them what doctor I went to, and I told them I had an ultrasound. I don't remember the results. They couldn't get the results, so they just prescribed me to go get another ultrasound. They say, hey, you got a fatty liver. I'm like, oh. But when they don't look at my, if they look at my results without knowing that, they go, oh, my God. And I go, no, I have this. Oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like, what was the last thing your wife cooked?
I mean, she makes like spaghetti and like she's a good cook. She can make stuff. Her and her mom both know how to do stuff. I can't. I literally can't. So I have no right to bitch about anything.
Well, and I'm sure like you always talk about Taco Bell and stuff, but that's probably usually I notice you do it during the weekend.
I have Taco Bell is Friday night for me. But the thing is, if you work late, you come home, you don't want to fucking cook. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's like even if you have to, like the things that I do cook, I love it when it's like the leftover night because then it's like I could just heat up what I made, because you just feel like putting something in a microwave and just eating right away,
Right. Well, I think we made everyone sit up with all this fun discussion.
Also, one thing I think you should try is have you heard about that one thing that you can order is called Blue Apron?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's pretty easy to prepare and make, and it's like really good quality food.
Yeah, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I just want my wife to pick out what we're going to eat, and I'll go to the grocery store and get it. That's all I want to do. That's too much thinking.
Right. Well, I guess more of the story though is just try to be as healthy as you can, I guess.
Yes.
So you could keep on gaming for a couple more years,
I gotta get those gains so I can whoop Doug.
Yeah. Get those gains.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. You must really be obsessed with us if you're listening this long.
Or bored. Mostly
or
bored.
Bored.
Keys. Okay. Play me out, keyboard cat.
How you do this? No, not that one. Yes. Shot a scissor up.
Boobs.